This is Lex Van Dam, a man who's about to make the biggest gamble of his life. He's bet $1 million of his own money that he can turn 8 ordinary men and women into successful city traders.
What I want to do is I want to take people who have no previous trading experience and teach them how to trade. I want to give them all the tools that I think are necessary to do this. Then I will give them some of my money and I want to make sure that they make some more money.
A top fund manager, he's going to set up the world's first hedge fund, staffed only by complete beginners. With some training, guidance and the promise of each being rewarded with a city-sized bonus at the end, they're all hoping for success.
If they make money, it'd be great, no stress. And if they lose money, then there will be stress.
From all walks of life, these novice traders have 2 months to show they can make it in the city.
I've locked in £100. Whee! Yes.
But what none of them realise is just how hard it's going to be.
I've seen really mentally strong people become psychologically destroyed by the world of trading.
What a nightmare.
Because in this game, every decision counts.
Ah, it's just open, 7.26.
What if it's at £7 in an hour? You're going to sell them there?
Yes.
Right, well, if you're going to sell them at £7 in an hour, sell them at 7.26 now. Think about what you're saying. It's unbelievable.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
As if it wasn't hard enough, they will have to play this game as the global markets plunge into the abyss.
900 quid, like that.
As the pressure mounts, will everyone make it to the end?
It doesn't matter anymore, you've had your chance. You cannot let emotions get in the way. If you get upset, then this is your last week.
Okay.
I'm taking a huge risk here, and if they don't care enough, then I'll make sure they care.
Can the beginners become profit-making machines? Or will the cost of success be too high for their liking and send this million-dollar gamble into freefall?
There's a fine line when it comes to being human beings, yeah? And now you see other people in the room responding to that, city or no city.
With $1 million of his own money at stake, Lex Van Dam alone will choose the novice traders.
It has to be like a diverse group of people. But we do need people who are able to work very hard and who are able to cope with a certain level of stress.
After 16 years as a successful trader, he knows exactly what he's looking for. To qualify for a place, the applicants only need 2 qualities: the ability to handle stress and be good at maths.
What is 32 times 32?
32 times 32.
904.
1,240.
What's the most pressure you've ever been under?
I thrive under pressure, actually.
What is 32 times 32?
My brain is just not functioning, so... 9,942.
Would you screw someone over to get ahead?
No, never.
I wouldn't like to, but if I had to, I would do.
Whilst thousands applied, there are only 8 places.
What is 32 times 32?
The first to impress Lex and secure a spot
1,024.
is 36-year-old retired soldier Mike Tavel.
I'm a good bet. I've got a lot of good skills, and I'm raw talent.
After 13 years in the parachute regiment, Mike reached the rank of major before retiring to live in Jersey.
I'd been thinking about leaving the army every day since, about 1996. I'd done a long stint in Afghanistan, and I just thought, can I do this again? I've maybe had my time of selfless commitment. Now I just want to earn some filthy lucre.
Joining Mike are the remaining 7 successful applicants who will all undergo a rigorous training program.
We've got 8 weeks here, so we need to make money over those 8 weeks. So we need to think about what is going to drive stocks over that period. If you can predict tomorrow's newspaper, you'll be very rich. Nobody asks you to be awake every night. But if you sleep really well every night, there's probably something wrong. That's the most you'll hear me speak, ever.
Okay.
From Lincolnshire, 34-year-old shopkeeper Amit Jopanputra sees this as an opportunity to get himself a better life.
I mean, just walking out into the street, you know, it's different completely, obviously, you know. Instead of selling Mars bars and tea bags, you know, I'm probably going to try and sell shares in Vodafone and stuff like that. So yeah, it's different. I just want to find out more and see if I can cope with it and see if I can understand the subject a bit more.
The group have just 2 weeks to get up to speed and will be trained by leading city experts.
There's no right way to trade. There is no rule book. What there is different people finding what suits them and makes money.
They'll cover everything, from generating ideas...
We're interested in trading on the stock Benfield, BFD. Could you give me
to phoning up and placing a trade with a broker.
245 3/4, 46 3/4. Quite a thin size at the moment, Simon.
From Croydon, Oxford-educated IT engineer Simon Brew is keen to learn as much as possible. His grand plan is eventually to trade from home using his savings and provide a more comfortable retirement for himself and his wife.
Well, I'm just hoping you'll make our fortune.
Well, it won't be our fortune anyway. The deal is basically...
after you finish.
Oh, after? Yeah, actually, I'm seeing this very much as an alternative
I'm not
career
holding my breath.
once this is passed by.
Yes, well, just don't do a Nick Leeson.
The team are also taught how to decipher highly complex technical analysis.
Basically what it is, it's a mathematical representation of momentum in the market.
As well as essential insights into trading psychology.
In all aspects of human activity, there's a tendency towards overconfidence. Once you've understood the rules of the game, the challenge is controlling your temperament.
26-year-old Cleo Folks is an ex-vet who lives near Stourbridge in the Midlands. At the moment, she's working for her dad in the family firm, a 300-year-old engineering and property business.
My family has got money, but that is no reflection on me because it's theirs, it's not mine, and that's my opinion to life. I've lived on my £20 a week budget. I know how to budget. Money is a drive for me. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't.
Soon, they'll be trading with genuine money, and the profits and losses will be real, exposing the novice traders to a whole new level of pressure.
45 versus 45, 90 million rate! 61 plus! That's 52.
The prospect doesn't scare Emil Coleman, a 30-year-old fight promoter from Toxteth in Liverpool.
Because for me, it's about validation. People assume when they look at me, this is me. I'm many different things, and I want to be able to prove that maybe I can be a trader as well.
The British Chambers of Commerce says the economy faces a serious risk of recession.
Fresh concerns about the health of banks around the world have again undermined share prices. At one point, shares...
Today in the stock market, with the FTSE down over 80 points a short...
Day 1, Monday morning, 5 a.m. With training over and the credit crisis looming, their lives as traders begin. Entrepreneur and single mum Caroline Taysom is leaving her 4-year-old twin girls in the care of her mother to travel from Winchester to the city.
I think the skills that I've gained, self-control, stamina, determination, real desire for business success, are going to work incredibly well within the trading arena.
20-year-old Oki Imukwede from Tottenham is partway through an economics and maths degree.
The nature of trading is that money can come and go in such a flowing way that it's almost like a living, breathing thing. It's important that you keep all of the reins in so that you can control it.
Highly ambitious, these next 2 months will reveal whether he has what it takes to become a city trader. Finally, environmentalist Dr. Sam Doobie, the unlikeliest of all the traders, is taking part to find out whether it's possible to trade ethically and still make money.
A good trader has to have such a good idea of what's happening in the world, has to be so aware of the wars that are going on in Africa, the droughts that are happening in India, the floods in America, yet the only focus is on the financial aspect of it. And that's a real problem.
The 8 rookie traders have been given their very own trading floor in the heart of London's Square Mile. Complete with computer terminals plugged directly into the world's stock markets, they have everything they need to start trading. And the world's most scrutinized but least understood institution will be revealed as never before. Their first 2 weeks of trading will be critical.
$1 million for me is very significant, and I can't afford to lose it. If I lose it, it's a disaster. If I lose half of it, it's half a disaster, which is still a disaster. If I lost 5%, it's humiliation. If I lose anything, it's terrible.
How's everyone feeling? First morning? Early start?
Yeah, rosy.
Although Lex Van Dam is supplying the money, he's appointed a supervisor to be his eyes and ears. An 8-year veteran of the city, Anton Creel retired from trading 2 years ago at the age of 27, a millionaire.
I know the feeling around the table is quite laid back and like quite laissez-faire this morning because it's the first day. But like you've got, I mean, the news and stuff in the morning, you've got to be really military and like really, you know, get into what is going on in the world, you know, and then you can try and make sense of it, right? Okay. But, you know, the hours between 6 and 7:30 are absolutely crucial to your day. Right, market's opening in 1 minute. Let's go make some money.
These 8 novices will operate together as a hedge fund. If they're smart enough, they should be able to make money whether share prices go up or down. But before anyone can get a bonus, the fund will have to be in profit at the end. So individually, they must invest wisely because all decisions made will affect everyone. Especially Lex Van Dam.
Hello.
I have Lex on the phone for you.
Okay.
Busy running his own hedge fund, Lex will phone Anton regularly to be kept up to date.
You just make sure that the people trade,
right,
that they trade their own opinions,
right,
that you don't tell them what to do. I mean, it's hard to know if these people actually really understand that this is not a game, but this is real money, this is my money. I've worked hard to earn it, and I don't want a bunch of people who don't care to piss it away.
Of course.
You know, if I'm going to suffer, they will suffer with me. So your role is, you know, you need to make sure that people appreciate the risk.
Right.
Okay, well, good luck.
All right, man. Cheers. All right. Speak soon, yeah? Bye.
Take care, bye.
There may be a public perception of what a trader actually is, which is loads of money, Ferraris, wild parties, lots of women, drugs, going out all the time, blah, blah, blah. Well, I dare anyone to try this for a month. See how much it affects your life. You seriously do earn your money. The big firms get their pound of flesh, you know? And, you know, these guys, they've got a lot to learn in a very short space of time. It'll be interesting over the next couple of days who actually has the confidence in themselves to take their trade idea and put the trades on. It is a baptism of fire.
For the first 2 weeks, the rookie traders have been given £25,000 each to play with. The markets open, and through brokers, they finally get their chance to trade the world's stock markets.
I'm being really indecisive.
I know, that's what
we can't sit on the fence, can we, forever?
I say it's performance anxiety, which I need to get over. You know, my brain's not flowing like it should because I'm thinking about it too much.
I think the biggest battle is with your own mind, because you're confronted by so much information, and just generating that, in your head and working it through, because you can kind of justify anything to yourself when you speak to someone else, see what you're thinking, but ultimately it's going to be you who, will go and put that trade on, and will kind of be measured on its success or its non-success.
406p, 46p.
63-year-old Simon is the oldest of the novice traders and has spent the last 30 years working as an IT engineer for IBM.
I love knowing how things work and why they work, and I've got enough sort of statistical knowledge to be able to cope, I hope, and therefore I'd like to give it a go. Okay, right, I'd like to buy, please, 400 British Gas.
He's the first to call the brokers and make a trade.
Current price is 12.04 offered.
Okay, 12.04. Fine.
Buy 400,
Bye.
12.04. That is all done for you, sir.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Yay! Well done, Simon.
Spend some money.
Right. I took the plunge, decided to place the trade for British Gas. I'm hoping it's going to rise gently over the next few weeks. Its lowest today was 12.03, 12.04. Whoops, it's just gone down to 12.03. One is in danger of getting neurotic about this, but you just have to move on and concentrate on the rest. I'll probably remember this the trading decision for the rest of my life. It's the first one I've made, it's big excitement, and let's hope it's been successful.
To control risk, the traders can only invest £5,000 in any one stock.
Done.
Believing British Gas is a safe bet, Simon's invested the maximum allowed.
So BG Group, he's gone right up to his maximum position size immediately.
Right.
That's it. All right. If you do that in a portfolio as a professional, to me, you have absolute maximum conviction that this stock is going up. All right? And it's almost like you can't be wrong. If the stock does nothing for 3 days or goes down for 3 days consistently, it's going to drive him absolutely mental.
Oh, look at this. It's down at 11.86. That's awful. I keep saying I mustn't let it upset me, but of course I keep thinking I wonder what it's doing, and that is in fact distracting me from the main job I'm supposed to be doing, the main job I want to do now, which is look for other trades that will actually perhaps compensate in performance. Right, I'm going to close this chart and concentrate on my next job. You get neurotic staring at it, and that's definitely a mistake. Oh, this is awful, 11.85. Oh my God.
I'm looking at Halfords, the code HFD, and then can I get 100 shares of that then, please?
100.
100.
By the end of their second day, several novice traders have taken their first dip into the markets.
I'm looking at Admiral. Can I get a price on Domino's, please? DOM. Can I short that if it goes to 189, please? 500.
Ultimately, they have two methods of trading available to them. Buying long, simply making money if the share price increases, or selling short, a complex deal that involves borrowing, selling, and then buying back shares. This allows the trader to make a profit when the value of a stock goes down.
That's Rupert speaking.
Rupert, it's Caroline calling from Traders.
Hello, Caroline.
Hello, I'm good. I want to place my first trade, please.
That's absolutely fine. Which stock are you looking at?
Okay, well, I'd like to buy Tate & Lyle, Tate LM.
42-year-old single mum and entrepreneur Caroline has always wanted to work in the city.
That's all done.
Fantastic, thank you. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
I've done it.
Although she's determined to succeed, she finds the idea of selling short or profiting from the losses of others hard to stomach.
It seems awful that you can sit here as a trader and wish that the value of the company would go down so that you can make money on it. It's really morally quite bizarre thing to do. Yeah, and as somebody who spent a lot of years building up a company, to sort of lose the control that you have over that just because maybe another company in your sector is is performing particularly bad and you get pulled down with them, it just seems horrendous.
Bollocks. That's a real bugger.
Former vet Cleo is less concerned about the ethical issues of trading. Shown during training to be a highly intelligent, structured thinker, it's believed she has the greatest potential in the group.
I think it's an environment that I'd be really good in. It's fast-paced, which I thrive in. It's pressure-driven, again, which I thrive in. And I love the way that these huge macroeconomic issues impact on all the stocks and this type of thing and how everything is interrelated. I just find it really, really interesting.
It's a global event that gives Cleo her first trade.
Let's go straight to our top story this morning. Investors reacting to mounting instability within the Middle East.
It obviously has everybody here concerned, both on a personal level as well as a collective business confidence level, as the sabre rattling goes forward.
A missile test in Iran causes Middle East instability, and as a result, oil prices begin to rise sharply. It spells bad news for heavy fuel consumers. Jumping into the market, Cleo's quick to short sell British Airways, betting their share price will fall as their profits get hit by rising oil prices. It's a good deal, but her caution is getting the better of her. She's only traded 200 shares, by far the smallest investment of the group.
You know, it's more I wanted to just get through it. I know that sounds awful. And I know that's completely the wrong rationale, but I prefer to place one small little trade because it's the first time that I've ever dilly-dallied with anything like this. Oh look, see, it's down. 200. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep myself under wraps now. It's just the first one. I get really overexcited. Right, sorry, guys. Really sorry. I'm going to control myself now. Oh my God, it's just gone again.
How much have you made?
1p. Oh man! I was where. I'm really sorry. The time's wrong. I got a little bit overexcited.
Right, what have you done?
Okay.
2.5, yeah?
Yeah. Quantity 200. I know, it's only baby.
That's it. Cool. Well known for their high quality products.
So exciting. Right, enough of that. Put your emotions on one side and head on to the new trade.
The life of a trader is all-consuming. Long days begin with very early mornings. The team is expected to be in the office by 6 a.m., working out their strategies well before the markets open at 8. Their screens come alive, falling shares turning red, rising shares blue.
Great, confirm 500 short. Sports Direct. Everything coming out about it's bad.
After 3 days of trading, the team has so far only invested 10% of the £200,000 currently at their disposal. But it's not the amount that's worrying, it's the commitment of some of the traders.
If you leap with joy or...
Simon?
Yeah?
What price of BG Group in the auction?
1168. My stop is 1160.
They're 11.59 now.
What price are they in the auction?
You're out, mate.
I think you better check.
Away from his desk when the market opened, Simon is unaware that his shares in British Gas are plummeting and losing the team money.
You may recall I placed a trade yesterday on British Gas.
You've been closed out.
Oh, bother.
You have no position yet in British Gas.
Right, so what was the closing price, please?
Simon's shares have fallen so sharply, they've been sold on automatically.
Yeah, can confirm you were closed out at 11.58.
11.58. Right, okay.
Known as a stop loss, this is an order with a broker to close a trade if it loses too much money.
Gloom and despondency.
Overnight, Simon's trade has cost the team £250.
Just forget about it.
No, I'm not stressed. I just want To explain why I did what I did,
Yeah.
to see whether I could and should have done anything differently.
We'll have a proper chat about it later.
Later.
But, for now,
mid-morning.
For now,
absolutely.
Don't worry about what's happened this morning.
No, I haven't. No, honest, trust me.
As it stands now, you've got no positions.
That's
and
right.
You need
so
to generate some ideas.
The slate is clean, so start again. Yes, absolutely. No, I'm
Idea
taking
generation.
it very much in that vein.
Cool. All right, mate. A little bit concerned about his behaviour, very lackadaisical, and
right.
You know, I had to shout over to him. To be honest with you, I'm just a little bit pissed off. And I just don't, you know, you cannot behave like that on a trading desk. You know, it just shows a really bad attitude towards investing somebody else's money in the market. If you behave like that in the real world of trading, like, your career is going to be very short-lived.
There are, however, some within the group who are showing real promise. Both fight promoter Emil and Sam the environmentalist have made money.
You know what, I feel a bit ill when I place one of these things. I really don't like it.
The jitters?
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. It's a
I
rush.
really don't like
It's
it. I don't find it a pleasant rush though. I find it a really uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
No, I kind of like that adrenaline thing.
It makes me feel exactly like I felt when I was a kid lying. I think it's just because I'm making a decision based on a best guess. And I'm not used to guessing, I'm used to being sure about it.
Don't you think this shows the fallacy of it, that the fact of that, like, you know, in reality, no matter how many charts we look at, no matter how everything else, we go on how we feel.
That's exactly.
It's like
any gambling. It's why I'm not a gambling person.
Yeah, I don't gamble.
There's only one person left in the group who is yet to make a trade. Having just left the army, Mike now wants to be a professional trader.
Half the game here is timing. You can have the world's best trade if you like, but if your timing is wrong, you don't make a profit, or worse, you make a loss. Beginning to think that I should maybe just grow a pair and get on in there, and then just work it as it goes. But it's just it's just like parachuting. It's taking that first step that's difficult, and then actually after that you're fine. Well, until you've got to pull the red handle, maybe. I don't want to have to be pulling any red handles around here, that's the thing.
You've got to take risk to make money. Of course you can lose, but if you're not invested, you cannot make money. It might as well just be in the bank earning 5%. It's concerning, because you cannot succeed in this business behaving like that. You'll never make money.
What can you do?
The last thing the economy needs right now is for the standard mortgage spigot to be turned off.
In terms of these two companies, they own or guarantee about half the $1 trillion of U.S. mortgages. Take a look at Freddie Mac. It is off by more than 1/3, losing 1/3 of its value this morning.
The government is going to be absolutely bound and determined to do whatever it takes to keep the money flowing to home mortgages.
Only a week into trading, and the novice traders are dealt a heavy blow. US mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac hit the rocks, and the world's markets reel in shock. The trading screens turn red, showing a massive fall in shares across the globe as £35 billion of investment vanishes in a matter of minutes.
Like, look at the dollar versus the euro and the pound now, right? The dollar is likely, if this continues, to get smoked. In the end, the taxpayer has to plug that gap, right?
Yeah.
The US government has come out and said that if Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac go to zero, then they'll guarantee the debt. The market's taking it negatively because the government's basically admitted that there's a possibility that they could go to zero, right? And if they bail them out, we're talking hundreds of billions of dollars, right? And who ends up paying for it? The US consumer. I mean, to anyone who's been in the industry a long time, this is like proper scary stuff, you know? And the entire basis of the US economy changes if this happens. I mean, the US is over for a generation if this happens, potentially. This is why the markets are so volatile. This is why the world is in a complete mess at the moment and no one knows what to do, because there is no light at the end of the tunnel.
319.75, yeah?
375, okay. And that's 1,000 shares that you've bought.
That's it, mate, yeah.
Great, thanks a lot, Lee.
All right, mate.
The global credit crisis has spread to British shores, and Sam, the ethical trader in the group,
Good lord, that was a rapid rise.
spots a chance to make money.
The mortgage lender Alliance and Leicester has now found a buyer, allowing the company to shore up its finances after losing 2/3 of its value over the past year. Now, Spain's biggest bank,
Banking giant Santander has announced a takeover of Alliance and Leicester. Quick to react, he buys 1,000 shares. They rocket and make the team an instant £200.
Out of Alliance and Leicester.
You got out to 32.5?
Yeah.
Good, man. 328.
See.
Hello. He's just sold them. Superstar, mate. 332.5.
Yesterday, I read a news story on Alliance and Leicester, so I bought some shares in them. That made the share price go up, and I sold them and made some money from reading a news story. I didn't do anything. That's the nature of the game, really. You're not doing anything at all, really.
Impressed by Sam's successful investment, retired IBM employee Simon also jumps into financials.
Hi.
Okay.
Not sure yet. I placed earlier a buy limit order on Bradford and Bingley.
Okay.
And it's just been filled, so...
Oh, cool. Okay.
Hope for the best.
All right.
Buying long into Bradford and Bingley, he hopes to see their share price rise. But less than an hour after he places the trade, its share price plummets.
I'm afraid my long in Bradford and Bingley didn't work.
Really? Bloody hell.
Sorry about that. It's very frustrating. This is just an unbelievably complex business. You've got to keep your emotions in check, you've got to do the analysis, you've got to do your homework. There's so many balls to keep in the air. And maybe different personalities are better at coping with short-term decisions, and maybe I'm better to concentrate on a few long-term decisions, long-term trades, rather than leap in on the basis of follow me, as it were, which is really what I did with Bradford and Bingley.
Simon's decision to buy into the UK's largest buy-to-let mortgage provider at a time when many are going to the wall,
obviously ridiculous, right?
hasn't gone unnoticed by Lex and Anton.
Clearly his mind's just in the wrong place. Like he's not then, like, it's not just him. I mean, there's other people in the group that just, the whole general level of focus of the group is just too low. Like, these guys are just not intense enough.
Of greater concern to Anton and Lex is that those who should be showing the most promise are also struggling.
Oh, hi. It's Claire from Trades Again. Is that Luke? Hi, Luke. I put a sell order in with Rupert for GSK, GlaxoSmithKline.
Feeling the pressure, Cleo has sold all her stock and now has nothing invested.
Oh, man, look, now it's gone straight back up. Stupid idiot folks.
I think there might be a bit of an issue with Cleo, because she's just traded out of her only 2 positions, which were tiny anyway, and now she's got 0 risk.
Well, maybe she's just rethinking it, no?
Maybe, but I think the way she did it, she's lost confidence.
I've just taken a loss and it's gone down. You know what? I don't like trading.
You want them to generate ideas, and you want the book to go up, and you want them to be confident. So you want them to be upbeat, but at the same time, they've got to be disciplined, because some of the stuff they're doing is nuts.
So far, the team have only invested £40,000 out of a possible £200,000. They've been trading in the worst market conditions seen in years. And although they've had some successes, overall, they've yet to make a penny.
It's definitely been noted over the last couple of days that a lot of crucial things in the market that's been coming out has been missed by people. Things like being on the desk when the market opens, popping off for 30-minute lunches, Like, it's just absolutely not acceptable. Yeah. I had, in 8 years, 2 lunches outside the office, okay? As a team, to make money, you really need to be here. Because if you're not, you don't stand a chance. We're in the worst trading conditions that we've been in for a generation. But if you want to give yourselves the best chance of making serious cash and beating the professionals, you're just going to have to step it up, like, massively. Get and take it to the next level.
I mean, nobody ever said this was easy, but God, it is a lot more difficult than certainly I ever expected.
It's extremely difficult.
I think it's just going to be quite a steep learning curve for us.
Of course it is. I know that. No one is doubting that whatsoever.
Days.
All right.
Thank you.
Are you okay with all that, yeah? It's difficult, isn't it?
It's fucking impossible.
It's difficult. We know that.
I don't think I can try any harder, that's all.
No, but you can.
No, I can't. Anyway, let's leave it.
Simon, you definitely... Look.
No, let me place my order try. I'd rather do that right now.
Okay. Let's talk about it later, yeah?
The end of week 1. And so far, retired soldier Mike has only dabbled in the market. Mike knows he needs to make money if he's to see a bonus, and with aspirations to become a full-time trader, he wants his first meaningful trade to be a statement of intent.
I'm just extremely competitive. I wear a heart rate monitor so that I don't run too fast. Sometimes I have to rein myself in because it forces you into places where you don't really want to be, like racing my girlfriend, getting dressed and things like that.
1056 at 1057.5.
1056 or 1057.5, yeah?
His trade idea is a highly controversial and risky one.
Just looking at the opening prices on HBOS, there is people are staring at each other, across the city. Who's going to win this game of bluff?
A cash flow crisis for Britain's largest bank, HBOS, has forced them into a rights issue, which means going to their shareholders and asking for more money. Mike has calculated that the rights issue should go well, sending its share price up.
Ka-ching, okay? That's a good scenario. That's the side of the bet we want to be on.
Right, but
to cover his position, Mike has decided he also needs to short sell German bank Allianz. As the underwriters of the rights issue, they will have to pick up any shortfall, a potentially huge liability which could see their own share price fall. This trading strategy is known as hedging. It's the essence of how a hedge fund works. If he's right, he'll make more money on this deal than everyone's trades put together.
Hi, it's Rupert.
Rupert, hi, it's Market Traders. How you doing, mate?
Hi, mate. Yeah, good, thank you.
ALZ.de.
The 110.
110.
23.
Euros, right?
That's right.
Sold 46 Allianz at 110 spot 23 euros.
Confirm.
HBOS, HBOS, LN, bought.
Yes.
1419, 278 spot 25.
That's right.
Lovely. Nice doing business with you, mate.
Thank you, mate.
Cheers.
Bye-bye.
Well done.
I mean, there's risk in every trade, but I've worked through the numbers, and my downside risk is far smaller than my upside gain, and if it comes off, we'll make a lot of money for the team.
The second week of trading, and as world markets become more unstable, the pressure to make money intensifies.
The government has come close to admitting that the fiscal rules it set itself for managing the economy can no longer be met.
The Bank of England has kept interest rates unchanged at 5% as it struggles to respond to
officials, while insisting no decision had been taken on rewriting debt levels, were careful not to dismiss the idea.
Everybody's thinking of the credit crisis at the moment. And they're all, basing all the ideas of that credit crisis.
Yeah.
But it's total risk. It feels like we only look at one trade, which is grounds. Everybody's obsessed by this thing. Then the other thing is like, You have to tell people if they keep trading in such small size, you'll never make any money.
Okay.
And they'll never make any money. You'll never make any money.
Okay.
And they're not going to get more money, and they're not going to get paid at the end of the period because they haven't made any money. So they need
Okay.
to trade a little bit larger.
So basically we're going to...
First week boring was fine. Second week boring is not so good anymore.
For this hedge fund to be successful and make money, everyone must invest their cash. Failure to do so could result in their removal from the team.
Please rally.
At the beginning, Cleo was highlighted as someone with great trading potential. But after starting with immense self-belief, her confidence is collapsing. With no trades in place, she must get invested to stay in the game.
I hate this. I think I actually hate this.
No, but
Such an idiot. Why didn't I just bloody buy it?
she's actually really scared about trading, which is a little bit concerning. I think I might have to go and speak to her later, take her out of the office or something, because yeah, I can see that her head's a bit all over the place and she's really scared about pulling the trigger.
I just can't commit to it. I just can't commit to it, you know?
You don't, look, it's very, very difficult, this business, okay? And
you know, it's the whole...
It's difficult to
I'm
take...
a perfectionist,
to take that abstract thought process and those ideas, those trade ideas, yeah, and put them into practice and then manage risk, okay? They're two really different skill sets. But you're indecisive because you're a perfectionist, right? And you can't have indecision in the business.
I know. I'm so aware of this.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm telling myself the whole time. Nothing ventured, nothing gained. Just put it on, just put it on. And then I just sit there and fanny about.
Just accept that. Just accept that you cannot be right 100% of the time. It's impossible.
I know.
It's absolutely impossible.
I'm frustrated. I'm frustrated at my lack of knowledge. Massively frustrated by it. And that spills over in this, you know, this sense of being. And I feel like a lamb to the slaughter at the moment. Now I feel pressure that I've really got to find trades to put on. And, you know, whilst it's good to have a bit of pressure, in this uncertain market, I don't feel that that's necessarily the best thing, because the last thing I want to do is put on trades just so I've got positions. But I'm almost feeling like I'm being pressured now to put on trades purely for that reason, just so I've got positions, just so my capital's invested. But when the market is this volatile, I don't think, you know, I think unless you can really, really read it, then you're a bit of a fool, really.
Oh, God, look where it's gone. No wonder it's...
For his third trade, Simon believed he was playing safe, investing £3,000 in insurance company Royal Sun Alliance.
I've got an open position on RSA, which I'm getting a bit nervous about. It's had a terrible day. It's
unfortunately, majority of them have today.
I was thinking of lightening my position by buying, say, 800. That will be 1/3 of them, roughly,
Yeah.
and then lowering my stop to stay in the market for the rest.
You could do that. See why not?
Right. Let's make a decision. Could I buy 800?
Buy 800.
At whatever the market price is now?
It's 50 and spot 4.
Simon has just made a fundamental mistake. To reduce his risk, he should have sold 800 shares.
Hang on a sec. You've got a sell stop loss on, yeah?
No, I've got a buy stop loss.
You've got.
I beg your pardon. I'm so sorry. I've gone completely the wrong way.
Right.
This
yeah,
was a buy.
You're 800 now, you see.
Ah, well, could you sell them again? That was a mistake.
Simon, I'll be selling you 1600 now. Is that correct?
Correct.
It's price to sell max 15 spot 1, so you're making a loss on that.
Oh, shit, just my luck. So let's just say this again very slowly. You have sold
1600.
1,600 at
115.
115.
Spot 1.
Spot 1.
Okay, that's amended for you as well.
Okay, done. Thank you.
Cheers, Sam.
Cheers. Bye.
Bye.
In the space of a 2-minute phone call, Simon has cost the team £200. So far, every deal he's made has lost money.
I made a small mistake.
So he basically shit himself.
Yeah.
Went to sell a third of the position and ended up buying it. Right.
Right.
And then he realised what he'd done and then went to sell double the amount to get his position correct. And then he
bought instead of selling.
Yeah.
If you say buy when you want to say sell, it just means that, you've got shit for brains.
Well, yeah,
that's what it means. It's totally switched off.
He's panicked, shit himself, lost his mind, and done the trade the wrong way around.
I'm pretty annoyed because, there's mistakes and there's mistakes.
Yeah.
We have to think about what we're going to do about this.
Yeah. Cleo was has been a bit of an issue in the last 24 hours. She's actually scared of having positions.
Right.
We were off the desk today for an hour and a half, and I've got shit to do.
You spend an hour and a half with her?
Yeah, because, mate, she's crying. Do you know what I mean?
Who can cry for an hour and a half?
Someone who's never traded before, who's scared of trading, 1 week into this exercise, right? That's a person who can cry for an hour and a half.
Great. One has shit for brains and the other one starts crying. We're doing well here.
Yeah.
It's judgment day for Mike's biggest trade. The results of the HBOS rights issue are in, and it's not the news Mike wanted to hear.
HBOS, Britain's biggest mortgage lender, raised about £4 billion in a rights offer to shore up its balance sheet. The trouble is, most of the shareholders didn't actually take up their rights to the shares.
Today, shareholders bought just 8% of the stock on offer, leaving the underwriters, Morgan Stanley and Dresdner Kleinmolt, with a bit of a headache. Underwriters will try and get subscribers.
Do you know anyone who's long? Somebody's long HBOS?
Yeah.
One of you guys?
Yeah, it's Mike, yeah.
It's just time to keep an eye on the price this morning because
yeah, he's on it, yeah.
It's not very good news on them either.
No.
With HBOS falling, Mike's short sell in German bank Allianz isn't working either.
Come on, HBOS.
Despite the problems, its share price is unaffected.
I'm hanging on to my arse here. Jesus Christ.
I mean, my reason...
What is your ratio telling you? Your ratio?
It tells you that I'm down about 4%. I'm right on the brink. Come on, bitch. For sake.
His £8,000 pairs trade is now losing money.
It's not good, not good.
And he's provoked the wrath of Lex Van Dam.
Hello.
Hello, I have Lex on the line.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, man, how's it going?
Okay. You see HBOS?
Yeah.
Does Mike know what's going on?
I don't know. He hasn't spoken to me.
It was madness itself to go long HBOS. He's been waiting for weeks to trade, and then this is the best thing he can do. It was just stupid.
Okay.
He's just sitting there in the ocean, and maybe the wave goes the right direction, and maybe it goes the wrong direction. And we both know the way they're trading at the moment, it's always going to go the wrong direction.
Listen, I've just got to be careful.
I really have to go.
All right, cool. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Mike.
I reckon I need to cut that position. We're down about 5, just under 6%.
Okay, so the cut's there. Cut it, move on. Don't feel bad about it. shit happens, and this is just one trade out of many that will happen.
Absolutely.
Yeah?
Cool, all right,
So
mate.
if you want to do that, that's cool.
Okay.
Yeah, he's gutted, but like I'm looking at this personally as a trade that could have gone massively right and a little bit wrong, and it's gone a little bit wrong. You know, he spent an entire weekend probably thinking about it, walked in and lost money, right? And that's just the life of a trader.
Good afternoon, Mint.
Hello, Luke, it's Mike.
Hi, Mike.
Hedge boss. Sell 1419 at... put it in for 267, spot 25 if you can do it.
Mate, that's done for you then, H-Boss.
Okay, ALV.de. I'm a buyer of 46.
Done for you, mate.
Bought 500,
Fuck.
Yes. Great. Done. Thank you. Cheers.
Mike's trade has cost the team £500.
That's quite a loss to take on board. And the bitch is trying to go back in and find another one.
The UK's biggest mortgage lender, Halifax Bank of Scotland, has announced that its statutory first-half profits plunged by 72% to 848 million. The bank blamed the loss on the credit crunch and also reported an increase in bad debt.
As the traders reach the end of their second week of trading, they're faced with their biggest test so far.
We are awaiting numbers, earnings reports from Citigroup. They are due out any second from now. We'll bring you those numbers as soon as they cross. We are
Citigroup, the world's largest bank, is about to announce an earnings report. In the financial world, this is a global event and will have a massive effect on the world's stock markets. If the team properly hedge their investments, the fund should be able to cope with anything the market throws at it.
I'd like to sell, i.e. go short on that.
With market confidence in the banking sector at an all-time low,
Red day. We need red day.
the novice traders have predicted the figure will be bad.
1,000 would be 2,000.
Convinced there's an opportunity to make some quick cash, they all go short.
263.
Well, I'd like to put in an order to short 900 of them, please.
Okay. I want to sell short.
698, £7.50.
697, 700. Okay, I'll sell. Can I have 698?
It's not actually bid there, it's 697 bid.
Okay.
You wanted to sell it at 698.
Yeah, sell short. That's my biggest trade.
How much?
Nearly £3,000.
Ooh la la.
Back in the game.
Hi, who's that? Hi, Rupert, it's Emil from Trades. Hi, you okay? Can you look at Domino's for me? DOM.
In total, they short sell 16,000 shares, a massive £41,000, in the hope that prices will fall.
Yes, baby, go down, go down.
But not one of the traders has hedged their investments by going long in case prices should rise. A potentially calamitous mistake.
Well, it looks like that these numbers are better than had been estimated, Carol, and we are actually seeing, as we speak, the futures really paring the losses very rapidly. As I look at my Bloomberg terminals, you can see what the shares are doing in the pre-market already, up by 3%.
Sell.
And RBS is going up with that news.
Is there something else?
RBS
Is there
is
something
going
else?
up.
Is there
How
something
can
else?
RBS
It's
go
just
up
Noise is going
with
up.
that news?
Noise is going up. Only a fraction, so is there something else?
For the novice traders, it's the worst news possible. The figures are better than expected. The markets immediately rally and share prices rise across the board. This morning's short-selling frenzy has left the team massively exposed, and they're losing money fast.
6%, mate, yeah.
6% a day, I short him at 290, 292.
Just making sure that you're aware, mate, of what's going on, because obviously you bid you short and you don't get carried out.
Yeah, three or four.
From a position of profit, the group are now facing a heavy loss.
It's like Monopoly today, it's great. Everyone just goes for it. It's quite a nice atmosphere actually in the office, even though we're all hemorrhaging money. It's absolutely typical. I think a lot of people got into banks because there was a hubbub about banks yesterday, and everyone has got absolutely trounced on it. If it was one person getting absolutely trounced, I think it would be quite difficult. But because everyone's in the same position, yeah, it's fine. I think the mood is pretty good considering.
They've been trading for a fortnight, and so far they've only lost Lex's money.
Hello.
Good afternoon. I have Lex on the phone asking for you.
Okay, yeah, put him through, thank you. Hello.
So what's the P&L?
Not gonna like. You're not gonna like.
I'm not gonna like, okay.
Down 2.5 grand.
You're joking?
No.
Are you serious?
Serious.
Wow. That's a lot. You know, I am actually starting to get a little bit upset.
I'm not the type of guy to, you know, humiliate people in front of a group or give people shit for no reason, you know. But, you know, if I have to give them shit, it's for their own good. Because if I don't, Lex will walk in one day and just destroy somebody in front of everybody. And that's not going to be good for anybody.
Oh, we're getting our fucking faces ripped off, that's what's going on.
The people who are doing their conkers today are people who have shorted on the open and bought nothing against it. Right? Yeah. Market moves 0.5%, and look how much money you can lose from a 0.5% move in the market. You've been muppets. Like, you've shorted something naked after all the conversations that we've had, right? And it hasn't even entered your mind to buy a UK bank against it, given that financials are the most volatile sector in the world right now. Yeah. You've got to learn from your mistakes. It's risk management. Naked punting is for idiots. And if you're down 2 grand today as a group, yeah, and you multiply that by 45 days that we've got left, you're going to be down 90 grand on 500 grand. What do you want me to do? Like, put everyone up against the wall with a gun to the head and say, fucking manage risk. You're trading with somebody else's money. You know? If this was my money, I'd be so scared. You've got to seriously think about what you're doing and the risk that you're taking. Because we walked in this morning, and I don't think anybody thought we'd be down 2 grand this morning, right? No. No one thought that. But guess what? 4 hours later, we are.
This is the week where they need to make some money.
Oh, he's going to kill me. I don't need to feel less self-worth at the moment.
We are under Russian invasion and the Russian occupation right now.
Turkey, Azerbaijan and Armenia, the countries that border it.
Like, this is gun to the head time.
Fine, decision, I will sell them. Now.
Look, I'm not telling you what to do.
No, I know you're not. Christ's sake.
If it's legal, the morality is irrelevant. Is that what you're saying?
Sam, it's a bad world.
I think it really brings out the bastard in you.
The last time I had trauma like this was getting divorced.
If people walk out because they can't take it, so be it.
Continuing the city theme over on BBC 4, Jerry Robinson meets Britain's first ever venture capitalist. And Charlie Brooker's got a thing about TV shows that come with a mission to achieve, and he's firing off again next on BBC 2.
First trade of the day, please. BP. I'd like to buy 200.
156 at 105.75.
780 sold at 781 Tula Oil, yeah?
That's it,
I'd like to sell 80 shares, please.
It's on.
Oh, I've just been whacked in one of my shorts.
This is a trading room like no other, because no one here has ever worked in the city before.
900 quid, like that.
These 8 men and women have been given $1 million and 2 months to run their own hedge fund and invest in the stock market as they see fit.
This is one of those experiences that money can't buy. Go on, Lockheed Martin.
It's a radical idea created by one of the UK's leading hedge fund managers, Lex Van Dam.
I'm taking a huge risk here, and if they don't care enough, then I'll make sure they care.
If the novices play the game well, they could each walk away with a hefty bonus. If they fail, they'll leave with nothing.
What a nightmare. What a nightmare.
Can they become successful city traders? Or will the pressure of trading the worst economic crisis in a generation push them over the edge?
I mean, do you feel like you just had enough?
The last time I had trauma like this was getting divorced.
Think about what you're saying. It's unbelievable.
It's the reconfirmation that it might be something I can't do.
7 a.m. Morning meeting. The novices are now 3 weeks into their 2 months of trading, and they're struggling to cope with a problem none of them could have foreseen: the developing credit crisis.
A hell of a lot's happened overnight. Don't just let's plough through every trivial commodity move unless it really matters.
It's causing havoc on the world's stock markets.
VIX up 10%.
It was 10%, which is a huge rise.
Asia fell, so stagflation continues.
Well, these are cataclysmic swings, which explains, of course, why it's so difficult for us to get this trading business right.
As a result, the novices have only managed to invest a paltry £40,000 of the £200,000 that investor Lex has so far released to them.
If the mortgages have been deferred, credit cards, what's next? Store cards?
Good thinking.
What other forms of credit are going to be affected as you go up the hierarchy?
Very good thinking.
And after an ill-advised decision to invest in the banking sector, last week they lost £5,000.
Let's go make some money.
Let's not lose some money.
One trader who lost a lot of cash was Simon, a recently retired IT engineer.
Several of us had positions in banks based on expectation, perhaps not much more sophisticated than because banks have gone up a hell of a lot recently, it's time they went down.
If it had paid off, if it had gone in the right direction, then we would all have been laughing, but it happened to go in the wrong direction.
As long as we learn a lesson from it, some of us have lost a considerable amount of money, but, you have a good day, you can make it back. I've got confidence. We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
Caroline, a single mother of 4-year-old twins, has emerged as an early front-runner. Her calm trading instincts meant she kept well away from trouble.
Thankfully, I wasn't in banks. Having watched the volatility of them in this marketplace, I thought with a lot of the rest of the team in banking that I would stay away from it and stay with just keeping an eye on the portfolio that I'm building for myself, which at the moment doesn't include any financial stocks.
Last week, the novices were given £25,000 each to play with, but they've already lost 10% of their invested capital. If it continues, the investor Lex Van Dam faces losses of well over £50,000. A prospect that prompts a rare visit.
Morning.
In this environment, Lex won't tolerate failure. As the boss, he ultimately has the power to reprimand or even sack any of his traders.
Some of you might have felt like you can't do the job or it is impossible, but maybe nobody has been able to do the job and maybe it has been impossible. A lot of trading has to do with being able to tolerate pain.
In my case, it's been almost continuous. It's just drip, 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 drip. More pain today, more pain yesterday, which I'm sure is affecting my morale and therefore my ability to make decent decisions the next day.
Do you feel like if you cut, once you've cut, the pain is gone?
Don't you feel better?
No.
No.
Personally, I don't.
I do. I definitely feel better when I've cut it.
These stocks have no memory.
Yeah.
They don't care. You don't want to make it personal. The stocks are there to make money.
Well, I had a great day when I know everybody else was having a really shit day.
So how did it make you feel?
It made me feel great inside that I was I guess going in the opposite. No, because I felt terrible that everybody else was doom and gloom.
But it did not give you a little bit of joy?
Yeah, inside
to see other
did,
people
yeah.
suffer.
Yeah.
And you
No,
like
not
sitting
to
there.
see other people suffer.
No?
Because I don't want the rest of the team to suffer.
I think, like, as a group, there could have been a lot worse. We could have been sitting here and, you know, on a significant loss that we could not make up. So that's why everybody is going to get 50k. So everybody's capital is going to be doubled. You're smiling.
I don't mind only having 25 grand. I can stay with my 25.
Yeah, but it's not your decision.
Okay, fine.
Yeah, it's not your decision. What it will allow you to do is to make up for your losses quite quickly. And if I have belief in you guys, maybe you should have belief in yourself as well. So let's go make some money.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Lex is busy running his own hedge fund, so he's handed the day-to-day management of the team to 29-year-old ex-City trader, Anton Creel.
It's clearly extremely difficult to make money in this environment. You've got huge blue chip companies in the FTSE moving 10, 20% almost every day, and that's unprecedented. But it's kind of like no excuse, you know, we want to make money, it's just more difficult to make money.
8 a.m.
Up, and we're up.
and markets have opened.
I'm looking at Admiral.
Can I get a price on Domino's again, please? DOM.
A hedge fund is an investment body designed to make money whether the markets go up or down.
190 shares.
And with the credit crisis sending markets in every direction, the capability of this particular hedge fund will be tested to the limit. So with £50,000 each to play with, they will all need to generate lots of solid investment ideas. IT engineer Simon is using his gut instinct.
Okay, 1,000 you buy at 617.
Buy
That's done for you,
1,000
Simon.
Cadbury's 617. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
I've got good charts on Cadbury's.
This looks good, you know, I feel... And hell, it's a comfort stock, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, if you thought the whole world was going to end in half an hour, what would you do? You'd reach for a Mars bar or a bar of chocolate, you know?
Absolutely. I think I would.
Not that I hope it isn't. Just in case, I think I'd better get some in stock.
For retired Army Major Mike, the best ideas are simply the ones that make money.
I suppose it's become the intellectual thrill of the game, to be honest. I just like the way you're judged, actually. You know, it's not about personality so much, it's about your profit and loss. You know, you're either up or you're down. You're either making or you're losing, and that's quite a thrill.
Mike's chosen to build his portfolio around arms manufacturers.
Okay, you buy 1,767 at 453. Done.
Cheers. Bye.
But his enthusiasm for military investments isn't shared by Sam, a committed environmentalist who only wants to trade in ethical stocks.
My experience here, I originally thought that it would soften my views on the city and the people that worked in it. It's actually done exactly the opposite. It really troubles me, personally, that money can be made from things which some people deem to be unethical. And I have a real issue with that. It's the kind of clean profit-taking with absolutely no regard for who the end user of these weapons are that I find really troubling.
Their ability to sell to a particular nasty dictator is governed by the UK, and they need an export licence in which to do so. So it's sanctioned by the British government, the government that you elect.
Law and morality are two separate things. If it's legal, the morality is irrelevant. Is that what you're saying?
Sam, it's a bad world. We know it's a bad world.
But
so
do we have
why should we let profit, you know, just hold our hands up and say, actually, that's, you know, that's a questionable dictator? You know, because one man's terrorist is another man's freedom fighter, and it all depends on your point of view.
It's like saying, if I'm not going to do it, someone else will, so I might as well do it. What the context that we're living in is one in which, as you yourself say, global warming, it's a massive issue.
Guys, would it be possible to defer this debate? It's just not quite the right time.
Of course.
Thank you.
Sorry, Simon.
No, it's all right, fine.
Unfortunately, I find that kind of debate much more interesting than watching tickets.
Me too.
It's extremely interesting.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm playing devil's advocate.
I know, absolutely.
People buy weapons. It's countries buy weapons. As long as you're acting within the law, I don't see any difficulty in investing with them. It's, you know, it's a hard fact of life. You know, if I don't, somebody else will.
The credit crunch summer of 2008 is biting hard.
Many members of Congress blame oil speculators for driving up the price of crude.
Barrett Developments is surging today, at least its share prices.
In a tough market, the traders need all the help they can get to generate ideas. So information is everything.
Let's start with index moves.
Dow down 0.25%, S&P down 0.5%.
A never-ending onslaught of news must be dissected, analysed and debated.
An earthquake in Japan.
Oh yeah?
6.8 on the Richter scale.
By Japanese construction firms.
160 people injured.
All in pursuit of profit.
What do you do, buy yen?
Earnings reports, oil prices, commodities, currencies, politics, the weather.
We're certainly not done with this storm yet. And we'll keep
Anything and everything can move the markets.
Standard Chartered earnings coming in stronger than estimated.
Standard Zohi up 3%. Up 3%. Sixth best performer in the FTSE.
Traders who want to win must stay one step ahead of the pack.
Like, this is just the shit that you have to know and be on top of, right?
20-year-old Ohi is a straight-A economics student from Tottenham.
What it takes to be successful at this isn't a roll of the dice, a play of a lottery and oops, I'm twice as rich. No, it's not like that at all. You constantly research, you constantly work hard, you constantly work out all of the things that can possibly go wrong, hedge against it, and then you still have to hope for the best.
£80. Him on Carl's stuff.
Yeah.
Standard Chartered, thank you.
400 at 693.
Ohi has bought shares in Standard Chartered Group, a bank with exposure in Asia. His research suggested that the Far East had so far escaped the banking turmoil. But just minutes away from his desk, and the credit crisis has spread east.
It was all good, yeah? They were up, and then I went away to get some cake. and two flipping banks downgraded them in the 15 minutes that it took me to go and come back. And then they shed 80 points. And I'm hoping for a rally. I'm not getting out because I'm stuck. Cake didn't let me down. The flipping Hong Kong let me down. India let me down. Gordon Brown let me down. I'm in the game, and it's made me a lot more self-aware. It's made me a lot stronger. It's made me look at myself in an objective way, which I haven't been able to do before.
Hello there, this is Ohi from Traders.
Hello.
I am looking at Standard Chartered.
With the stock falling fast, many novice traders might be tempted to panic and sell.
Crossing at 15.41 at the moment.
Are you serious?
Well, that's where it's at. I mean, it's pre-market auction.
Yeah, okay, I've just lost my shirt. Excuse me, I'm not going on holiday this year. Okay, I can't sell it at that price. That's
Instead, Ohi keeps his cool and does what a good trader should. He concentrates on his other ideas and building up his portfolio.
I'm looking at Shell next. I'd like to buy 225 shares of them at market, please.
Nike.
Fight promoter Emil from Toxteth in Liverpool has few qualifications. In the real world, he would have little chance of securing a job as a trader.
I think on a personal level, it's about ability, it's about validation, it's about being able to do things when people say you can't do them or you shouldn't do them. Lex asked me, what did I want? And I said I didn't want the Porsche, I wanted the ability to buy the Porsche.
But he's a quick learner, and like Ohi, he's seen the benefits of building a strong personal portfolio.
Thanks, mate. Bye-bye. So I've now bought some got like a new strategy now. I'm just buying everything that I like. So I've got BlackBerry, Apple, Nike, Adidas. It's really like, you know, like a litany of my own brand life. And like the things I don't like, I short them. It's quite a good plan actually. It's not working that bad.
I need to make some sort of clean cut profit rather than just, you know.
You're going to buy it?
I think worth a little tester in it.
30-year-old Amit has the will to succeed, but the question is whether he has the right ideas. His motivation is a new career away from his life in Lincolnshire.
At the moment I'm a shopkeeper. Something that my father did, so it was natural for me to follow, I suppose, even though since young age I said I'll never do the one thing that my dad did. But you just find yourself falling into it, you know.
If you do your work,
and it's
and
valid,
it's logical, and it's independent, go for it.
Okay. My main motivation for doing something like this in the city is, number one, to make money. I've seen my parents work really hard, you know, over the past 25 odd years. So I want to make enough for them to see, you've got a pot of money there now, just chill out and relax.
With mortgage companies struggling, Amit's investment idea is to find the next victim of the credit crisis.
It's all about second guessing, trying to figure out what everybody else is going to do next. So if you can possibly home into that and work out the way they're feeling, then you can make money off the back of that.
Wolseley Group, a supplier of construction products and materials, catches his eye.
Good afternoon, it's Amit here. Wolseley, please, WOS.
Pre-tax profits have fallen 35% and its share price has plummeted.
Okay, I want to sell 1,300, please.
He jumps into the market and decides to sell short, hoping for a further fall. Selling short is a complex deal that involves borrowing, selling and buying back shares, and allows the trader to make a profit when the value of a stock goes down. If Amit's right and Wolseley's price falls, the whole team will profit, but not everyone agrees.
Are you absolutely positive about that?
Of course I am. Don't worry about it.
All I'm saying is, what if it's hit the bottom, right? Maybe all the bad news that company's had
270
is in the price.
No, it's not. Don't worry, mate. Just relax.
Cool, all right. Good.
You've got to decide for yourself in this game. You know, if you let too many people influence you, then, you know, your brain just starts wandering off in different directions.
You know, is there any more bad news going to happen for Wolsey? I mean, my feeling is no, but Amit clearly sees it the other way, so I think that's fair enough. I just hope it goes the team's way.
By the end of week 3, the group has finally managed to invest over £200,000.
But how much? 46k in?
46,000!
Whee! Simone!
Go, Simon!
That's a pound above where I bought it. That was the one figure I wanted to see.
That's a good trade, mate, seriously. Aerospace.
Some of the novice traders are beginning to play the game well. They've built bigger portfolios and are starting to make a profit for the very first time.
Over the last 48 hours, I think you've traded really, really well. Like, seriously, in the last 48 hours, you've made massive progress. Like, massive.
Excellent.
So you should be proud. Keep up the good work.
All right.
All right?
How's things with the boys, with the girls?
Yeah, things are okay. This week they've really come on.
Who's doing well and who's doing badly?
Who's doing well? Ohi, Mike and Caroline.
How's Emil?
He still needs a little bit of guidance, but he's showing, you know, real promise.
Okay.
Amek, please.
230 Amek, you can sell 852.5.
Okay,
Amek,
got that. Great, thank you. And the second one, don't go away.
IT engineer Simon is now almost fully invested, with a portfolio valued at £46,000.
Done. Thank you very much.
Thank you,
Cheers.
Simon.
Bye.
Bye.
We've had several days where everyone has been seriously down, day on day on day, and now at last 5 of us are in profit. I think as Winston Churchill said, this is not the end, this is not even the beginning of the end, but it is the end of the beginning, and maybe a few of us feel that now.
By far the biggest investor in the team, he's managed to build his book in just a matter of days, a potentially risky strategy. Investing this fast could backfire. With £200,000 of Lex's money still available, the other novices are being far more cautious. Some more than others. Having sailed through the selection process, ex-vet Cleo is great at generating ideas. She just can't put them into practice.
In really simple terms, I am an absolute fool.
The problem is so big that she just has one investment in place, by far the smallest portfolio in the team.
I just hate losing money. Really hate losing money. You know, and I appreciate this. If it was somebody else, I'd be saying, for Christ's sake, look what you're doing. But when it's yourself, and you've got such a degree of fear, it's It's very, very difficult to step outside that and just force yourself to do it. It's just a nightmare, it really is.
If Cleo doesn't invest, potentially the whole team could suffer.
You've done nothing in a week, really.
I know, I appreciate that.
Right, you need a book.
Yes.
Right, and it's been a week.
I know, I know.
It's a hedge.
Not about, yeah, it's a hedge.
And you just put it on.
Okay.
Hold on.
Are we in the auction? Oh my God, the markets are open.
Right, look. You know, when it's here and you're watching it going tick, tick,
Okay, I
tick,
need
tick,
to short
tick.
set. Oh no.
No, but look, when you're watching this and it's going tick, 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 tick.
Yeah, yeah.
You don't want to sell it.
No, no.
Right, and then 6 hours later it's here. Yeah.
Can I go and check the markets?
Go on.
Thanks.
Cleo's one position is a long investment in mining company Vedanta, and she'll only make money if its price goes up. So to guard against a fall in the market, she must hedge her portfolio by shorting another stock, hoping it will go down in value.
This one I might short. Oh, hi, it's Cleo. Extrata XTA.
Choosing mining company Extrata, she shorts 100 shares. But almost immediately,
Wow.
they go up.
It's not working. My money is going up the wall. So I don't get it.
Extrata is now outperforming her stake in Vedanta, and she's losing money.
I need to get out. I need to get out. I'm a little bit worried this baby's going to fly now. It's 3474, look. Extrata XTA. Okay, I've sold short that and it's just come up really huge. Can you tell me what the volume spread's like?
34.73.80.
Oh, man.
35.80, so whatever the show is. Up 55 at the moment.
Oh, shit, it's just coming up, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Okay,
But a hedge such as this performs better over time.
Okay, bye. Oh, God.
Go deep. Be
XTA.
confident.
Okay, buy.
Buy 100.
Buy 100. But no, buy. Oh yeah, buy 100.
Buy 100.
XTA.
Okay, they're off at 81.
Okay, I'll take them at 81.
You bought 100 at 34.81. Extract the stock, and it's clear.
Okay,
Cheers.
bye. Oh, he's going to kill me. Oh, it's falling now. I'm just massively stressed now.
What have you done?
So I did hedge.
What?
My hedge went in the wrong direction completely.
Right.
And in the space of like 20 minutes, I crystallised £100 loss.
What, so you sold your hedge?
Yeah. I know.
The point is like, the longer you keep it on over time, the higher the correlation.
Okay, I'm possibly aware of that now.
You can't hedge for 10 minutes. So that strategy doesn't work.
No, absolutely.
So how many times do you
need
want
see
to
it
be
again?
punched in the face?
I don't want to be punched in the face again.
Right. So
Yeah.
never, ever,
that
ever,
again.
ever do it again.
In this position, I'm aware that I need to have pairs and not this. Is it best to just cut those positions and start
You
again?
have to decide.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, well, listen, you be good girl for Nanny and Grandad then.
Bye.
Bye-bye, darling. See you later.
Caroline's more considered approach suggests she's developing as a trader.
I don't think it's wise necessarily to just think, oh, terrible position, let's bail out now. I think sometimes you just have to sit tight and see whether the position recovers itself, and not necessarily just be in it for a couple of hours, be in it for, it could be a couple of days.
Obviously, Cleo, she's got no positions at the moment at all. And days are turning into weeks now, where she can't get over it.
There is going to be a point where I can't tolerate this anymore, because she's pretty much not invested, so she's actually not really trading. She's distracting people, she's crying. She probably by now has a negative influence on the group. But I think I'm out of patience by now.
It's demoralising. I'm just looking at the fact that I'm down £804. 804! Look at that. It's so frustrating, because there's no book I can read. It's the reconfirmation that it might be something I can't do. And, you know, I don't need to feel less self-worth at the moment. It's just a nightmare.
Friday, 4:30 p.m. and the markets have closed. The novice traders have reached the halfway point, and this weekend is a chance to relax and regroup.
Oh, slam it, nice! Well done, Mark, look at it, turn it!
For Emil, it's back to the day job as a fight promoter. But his mind is still on the trading floor.
You know, I was on the train home last night, there's a guy sitting opposite me. I got talking, he was a really nice guy. I said, oh, who'd you work for? And he goes, oh, a drinks company. So I went, which one? And he goes, oh, Diageo. I was like, oh, yeah, you know, how's your business? So do you buy your cans and bottles from Wrexham? And he goes, yeah, we buy it from Wrexham, you know. And I said, did you hear about the fire last week in Shanghai? He told me all this amazing information, and I was asking him, I would never have done that before. It would never have happened. And that's what's being mad about this. But it's good because all the time I'm thinking about angles. So on Monday morning, the first thing I'm going to come do, I'm going to go look at Diageo, I'm going to go look at Wrexham, which I've been looking at. I've got more ideas now.
For the others, time away from the trading floor provides an opportunity to catch up on their lives.
5, yeah?
And spend time with family.
There's no certainty in this game. I mean, you're trying to forecast the future, for heaven's sake.
Yes.
And, you know, that's not possible.
Here we go. Come on then. Bum.
For entrepreneur Caroline, it's an all too rare opportunity to spend time with her 2 young daughters.
I'm able to do it because my children are being looked after by my mother, who's as close to them as close could be, and I'm commuting and exhausting myself during the week so that I can come home and spend time with them of an evening. But whether I could do that for, you know, the next 10 years or so, I don't know. Hello. I think I've had to develop a determined edge over a lot of years of working in some fairly tough environments where, you know, you can't just roll over and let somebody walk all over you, or you can't just dissolve into floods of tears and vow never to go back. You have to be incredibly resilient. Off you go. There's a good girl. Mummy loves you, darling. Night-night.
Week 4, Monday morning, 5 a.m. and the commute starts all over again. Traders across the city resume their positions as the markets wake up. With a month to go, the fund is still losing money, and the investor Lex Van Dam will have his eyes on those traders who aren't pulling their weight. For shopkeeper Amit, the day's already started badly. Having sold short in construction supplier Wolseley, Amit is praying for its price to drop.
Right, think. Why is it rising so much?
But today, it's the biggest riser in the whole of the FTSE.
5, still rising.
And his losses are already in the hundreds.
What do you do? What do you do? Do not buy back at the top, that's for sure.
Yeah, but where's the top going to be? That's the problem.
Exactly.
So what's your plan? Is your plan to watch it all day?
No.
Or do something?
It's to do something. But not obviously, I need that catalyst to ensure that I don't do it at the wrong prices, Anton.
The only way you're going to potentially get out of this is by building a portfolio.
Sure.
Like, this is gun to the head time. Because you cannot allow Wolseley to do this to you.
Yeah, sure.
Unlike his fellow novices, Amit has been here before. As a student, he played the markets from his bedroom and got badly burnt.
I started trading in university at 19 when my friends started doing it and were making money out of it, so I thought it was a good idea. And that's when obviously the tech boom, 1997, 1998, we were laughing. We thought we were making all right for ourselves. Then obviously a tech crash came, and we lost all of it and more on that deal. I was in tears, you know, I was literally in my room and I was like, oh my God, what have I done? Because when you lose like something like £25,000 in one day, you think, hang on mate, you know what I mean, yeah, this is going a bit far, you know?
Unfortunately for Amit, history appears to be repeating itself.
No, it's really pissing me off.
Are you one step ahead or one step behind the market, Amit?
10 steps behind at the moment.
Amit, in terms of emotions, he's been through a washing machine in the last 48 hours. In his emotions, you can see every single tick of that P&L having an effect on his psyche. But that's a problem in trading. Like, he's fighting with himself because he hasn't done himself any favours. He hasn't built a portfolio. So for every movement in Wolseley Group, he feels more pain than he should.
It's gonna kill him.
You're going through what every trader goes through.
I know, I've been there before, mate, that's what I don't like
20 times a year.
I know.
His £10,000 short sell in Wolseley is hitting him hard. Having watched the price shoot up, he now has only one option left.
I'll take the hit.
I'm in.
Hello mate, Amit speaking from Traders.
Hello, mate.
Hello mate, not bad, you?
Yeah, very well. Very well.
Okay, Wolseley, WOS.
32 and a quarter, 32 and 3/4.
I want to buy 2,500, please.
We're 33, 36 and a half now.
Oh God, it's rising quickly. Get rid of that market.
Okay, that's shit, 434.
Okay, thanks.
All right, cheers.
Okay, bye.
This one trade has cost the team £1,200.
If I keep on letting it rise, it's just going to really screw me up. End of the day, you don't expect that, but then that's the thing of this game. You know, expect the unexpected. I feel really bad for the group because I'm letting them down. Do you know what I mean? I'm just like, fucking idiot. You know what I mean? Yeah, I forget myself, but like, you know, the whole desk could have made money today except for me. All right, so I'm just feeling like a right dick.
Well, welcome back to Starting Bell live from New York. I'm Betty Lou. We are just seconds away from the latest data on the economy. Economists polled by Bloomberg are expecting a loss of 75,000 jobs.
With each day comes new financial data that can provoke dramatic market shifts.
This is the inflection point for the next 3-4 days, probably.
For the novices, these announcements constantly test their portfolios. Properly hedged, and they should withstand any market moves.
Are you short, Sam?
Net?
Yeah.
Yes.
So you want this number to be bad?
Well, I mean, in terms of the pure numbers here, then yes.
Yeah.
Come over to the dark side, Sam.
So you want less people in the US working month on month?
The ones to stop doing is buying cruises and Burberry clothes. That's all. They can do whatever they want to do. It's very specific.
I want them to get fit by Adidas clothes.
Yeah, there you go. So let's be specific.
Don't go to Punch Taverns when you come over.
Keep buying weapons.
Here we go.
Ready, non-farm payrolls fell by 51,000. That's fewer than the 75,000 analysts had expected.
Only down 51,000. We had expected down 75,000. Maybe it does.
Better than they were expecting.
That's well better. Let's see what's going on.
It's big news. Figures that are better than expected force prices up.
Everything's going blue.
This number never fails to surprise me. Let's head to Chicago now and talk to Larry Levin for his reaction.
I think, Betty, we may see a little bit of a rally on the open.
And those with short positions start to lose money.
Oh, I just been whacked in one of my shorts.
Now you've got two competing interests.
3 pence, 4 pence, 5
Just chill
pence.
out.
I just whacked me 150 quid in less than like 10 seconds.
Is it going to calm down again?
Just spike.
I haven't got the mental stamina for this.
Just do it. You got to work hard a bit, haven't you? Otherwise you're gonna be fucked. We all are.
But those who hedge well are effectively bailing out the less successful traders.
All right, come on.
Bye!
Now that is what I call footsie on fire.
It's fine at the moment. I mean, my shorts are not in profit, but my longs are nicely in profit. So I'm very relaxed about it at the moment.
I'm not stressed.
Did you see the
Just got one stop. I just want ideas. I really want a portfolio.
The one I'm worried about is Marks and Spencer's. You see up there, it suddenly shot up. It amazes me that UK stocks react in such an alarming way to US data.
You know, there's no point getting really excited about a single event, because in 3 or 4 days' time, if we have another single event that goes in completely opposite directions.
Oh, is that how red it is?
It's non-farm payroll not actually being that bad. What's going on?
It's not a few days, but just a few minutes before something happens 2,000 miles away in Israel that completely reverses the markets.
It's because of oil.
It's gone. Oh.
Oil jumped again.
Everything's going red.
It's a big spike right now for crude, and that's after Israeli Deputy Prime Minister said that Iran is on a path toward what he calls a, quote, major breakthrough in its nuclear program.
What it's done is knocked 50 points off the FTSE.
Higher oil prices means higher costs, forcing the price of many stocks across the globe to slide.
Certainly another volatile day here. Crude oil futures are rallying, essentially wiping out earlier losses.
For Emil, this means his short positions, which were losing him money, are now suddenly in profit.
Oh, go on, keep going. That is near wiping me debt off there. See, this is good. Oil up. Everything that I've complained about for months.
It is strange the way that the world's interconnected now. It is utterly bizarre that what he says affects Emil's portfolio, I suppose.
It's a hard one, because on one hand you think to yourself, oh yeah, you know, oil's going up. Oh shit, I've got to fill my car up in the morning. And on the other hand you go thinking, oh, oil's going up. Yeah, I'm either not losing as much money or I'm making some money. I think it really brings out the bastard in you.
It's the first time the novices have experienced such dramatic market moves in one afternoon. With well-balanced portfolios, several of the traders have emerged unscathed. But not Simon.
Rupert, Simon. Extrata, please. Closing my short. 90.
90 trader. Okay, look at that, interesting price. 36.44, spot 62.
Oh, God.
Unnerved by this volatility, he's rapidly losing confidence in his portfolio.
Remind me next time I open a trade with mining not to do it. Cheers, bye.
Cheers, bye-bye.
He's taken his book up, which is great. It's what we've asked for. But he's doing it too quickly, and he's out of control. He doesn't do the work properly before he puts trades on. And because he doesn't do that, when they go against him, he has no confidence.
Tale of woe again. You do get to feel they're out to get you, you know, whoever they are. I mean, why should mining rise, for God's sake? I mean, it's just what they said in the psychology section of our training. You know, you feel absolutely like death warmed up when things go badly.
Yeah.
But, oh, God. Oh, I'm tired, not crying, just for the record. But it just gets to you after a bit.
It does.
I have an uncanny knack for getting it wrong every time.
Yeah.
The fifth week of trading. After last week's extreme volatility, a split has emerged in the group between those traders and those struggling. The biggest worry is ex-vet Cleo, who has just £5,000 invested from a possible 50,000. Shopkeeper Amit is also struggling, along with a rapidly declining Simon. Concerned, the investor Lex Van Dam pays a visit.
Morning. How are you doing? Morning.
Hey man, how's it going?
Lots of shit news.
As is always the case in a bad market.
Okay, so this is the week where they need to make some money.
In terms of trading P&L, Caroline's actually the only person that's up.
So markets continue to be difficult, I guess. That's one thing we have to say in their credit, that it is not easy.
Yeah.
Caroline?
Sam, you do me a favour? If Mitchells and Butler goes up to 270, will you give me a shout?
In a difficult market, it's a good plan to congratulate the best performer.
You are the best trader so far, you know, and I don't think it's been luck at all. You're doing the right things at all the time.
From my point of view, it's nice to hear you saying that, you know, I'm the best trader. But what's very apparent to me is that you can be the best trader in the morning and you can be the worst trader in the afternoon because the market turns, and that's how volatile the market is.
But that makes you the best trader, that you realise that.
Right.
So well done.
Okay.
Caroline's cool approach puts her at the top of the pile. Mike's portfolio of arms companies and Emil's preference for branded names are also returning a profit. But despite this, the negative effects of Amit, Cleo and Simon means the fund is down over £8,000.
That Simon, he's a drag on the desk, right?
Yeah, ridiculous trading, basically.
Cleo sent me, at the end of the trading diary, she wrote, "Oh, please don't take capital away from me." I mean, it's kind of nuts. Does she think this is summer camp?
I know.
You know, you would like to see a little bit more focus. You know, I don't think we can finish with 8 people if everybody keeps doing it like this, you know.
I wouldn't be surprised if the pressure gets to some people and people start throwing their toys.
Yeah, I don't mind. If 1 or 2 or 3 people walk out because they can't take it, so be it.
If things don't improve over the next few days, Lex will have to take drastic action. But by the next morning, Simon is on the ropes as yet another trade looks to be turning sour.
You want to get out of there as quickly as possible.
What is it?
My baby Drax.
What's happened?
Falls on higher costs.
Right, so where do you expect the stock to go?
Down.
So have you sold
He's invested long into energy company Drax, but higher gas prices are beginning to have a negative effect on its share price, leaving Simon with an urgent decision to make.
Ah, it's just open, 7.26.
Okay. Right, so what are you going to do? What's your strategy? Are you going to watch it and watch it go down all day? Or are you going to sell some? You've got to be flexible in your thought process and have a strategy.
I'll wait for an hour and then...
Right, what if it's at £7 in an hour? Are you going to sell them there?
Yes.
Right, well, if you're going to sell them at £7 in an hour, sell them at 7.26 now. Like, seriously? Think about what you're saying. It's unbelievable.
Nothing's unbelievable if you don't know what you're doing.
Because your strategy there, mate, is if they go down, I'll sell them. If they go up, I won't do anything.
Fine. Decision, I will sell them. Now.
Look, I'm not telling you what to do.
No, I know you're not, but
I'm trying to provoke
I understand all that, and I've done my best to react according to the circumstances I found them, okay? Christ's sake.
So far, Simon's trades have lost almost £3,000.
Better washing up than trading, I think sums up the situation. This is a good therapy. I was pretty low yesterday, and I don't really know what I'm doing. I mean, the shouting from Anton didn't really help. You know, he seemed to think I knew what I was supposed to do and I was failing to do it. But the reality is I didn't know what to do, so it's not surprising I wasn't doing it. As to whether I should have known, that's another matter, but it's hard going, this. Hard going. I really... I mean, I've given my all to this, but it just doesn't seem to be working, and I'm not sure there's much more I can do about it. The highs and lows of emotions you get in this business are just horrendous, aren't they?
Without Simon, the desk would actually be making money this week. He's basically having a negative 120% influence. I mean, it's insane. If you're trading like that, you're not doing a service to the rest of the team, because you're just pissing away other people's hard work. People need to get a bit angry and pull him to one side. Like, you're pissing away my hard work. And that would be the conversation I'd be having. 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. 10. 11. 12. 13. 14. 15. 16. 17. 18. 19. 20. 21. 22. 23. 24. 25. 26. 27. 28. 29. 30. 31. 32. 33. 34. 35. 36. 37. 38. 39. 40. 41. 42. 43. 44. 45. 46. 47. 48. 49. 50. 51. 52. 53. 54. 55. 56. 57. 58. 59. 60. 61. 62. 63. 64. 65. 66. 67. 68. 69. 70. 71. 72. 73. 74. 75. 76. 77. 78. 79. 80. 81. 82. 83. 84. 85. 86. 87. 88. 89. 90. 91. 92. 93. 94. 95. 96. 97. 98. 99. 100. 101. 102. 103. 104. 105. 106. 107. 108. 109. 110. 111. 112. 113. 114. 115. 116. 117. 118. 119. 120. 121. 1
We are under Russian invasion and the Russian occupation right now. Never ever we will surrender. Never ever we will give our freedom and independence. Never ever we will give any piece of our territory. And freedom will go to every part of Georgia.
I don't know.
Did he say he shot down? They sent 4 planes, I'm sure he said.
No, he said he shot them down.
Really?
Clearly, yeah.
See, now they must have just confirmed
All right, one at a
that.
time.
Yeah, shot down 2 Russian combat planes.
As week 5 draws to a close, the Russian invasion of Georgia provides the team with trading opportunities.
Companies in Europe with Georgian exposure.
That's right.
BP, that BP pipeline runs 60 miles from it.
Yeah. You got to look where Russia will move, because Russia. Oh, it goes right through.
gas pipeline follows the so-called German military highway.
We're in week 5, so if you step back a bit and have a look where these guys have actually come from, because they've actually started to trade like proper traders.
Turkey, Azerbaijan and Armenia are the countries which border it.
Azerbaijan and Russia are close allies as of the 3rd of July.
You see BP's right on that support line, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Could go right south.
You know, this is how you've got to think in trading, and they're starting to get it.
Okay, I've got all the information about the pipeline here, where it goes. I don't know if it tells me what the sort
The Georgian conflict has unified the team as worked together to analyse investment ideas and boost their chances of making a profit.
Yeah, correct.
All bar one.
If you're trading futures, it's primarily a hedge, right?
Yes.
That's what it's there for.
But ISF is not a hedge, is it? It's a current. I thought it was a basket of current.
No, ISF.
With his confidence in shreds, Simon is hidden from the crisis and is desperately trying to re-evaluate his portfolio.
But when you say futures, I was thinking of futures as in currency futures and that sort of thing. No. All right, well, you know, we all learn, we all live. Terminology, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Right.
Right. Not right, but what's the point? -5828. You know, I come from IT. In IT, you write a program, it works or it doesn't work.
Yeah.
If it works, it'll work like that forever.
Yeah.
You know? If it doesn't, it's got bugs in it, you find what the bugs are, you fix them, and then it'll work forever. In exactly the same input, you will always get exactly the same output. And that's the world I've moved in for 40 years.
But this is almost organic.
Precisely. But even if the stock market's at the same level, the share is the same level,
Yeah,
every parameter is the same, the output will still be different because the people that are trading from one day to the next are different.
Because they're human.
Because they're human.
It's almost like artificial intelligence.
I'm used to having a rule book, you know, and, you know, yes, in these circumstances, page 23 says you do that.
Rip it up then. Rip the rule book up, say fuck it, and go for it in a completely different manner.
I don't know how to. I honestly think I have to just back off. The trouble is, when I do back off, I still have no certainty that I'm likely to come up with better strategies. I mean, if Anton weren't such a tosser, I'd be saying that to him, but I mean, you know what he's like. He's complete and utter tosser, and I just find it ridiculous. You don't hear words like that from me very often.
No, I know.
You know, but it's how I feel.
I wish I could help you more.
Yeah.
I really do, but unfortunately, this is a personal ride for you. It's your thing. That's what's so stark about this business. You make the decisions. You stand by them. You live or die by them.
Well, they're all just so many of them seem to have been wrong, you know.
Ved Cleo is still having trouble placing trades.
The plan is to become invested, so I don't go home. Find anything.
But she's still not invested all her money, and she's rapidly becoming a distraction to the others.
You know, I just like to buy things at the right point.
You just got to get in.
You got to get in there. Honestly, I used to over a penny and everything else. It just kills you otherwise.
You've got no position. You've got no trade.
It's not the right time to buy.
Forget the right time. Yeah. The bigger picture. Trade them.
If you don't trade now, Cleo, your money will go.
I don't know what she's doing.
So what do we do about Cleo then?
What else can you say to her to get fully invested?
But does she not realise that she should get her book up?
I know. It's
does she not understand?
I mean, it's gone on for far too long. It's like 4 weeks now.
How's Simon doing?
Generally, I think at this stage, we need to maximise our opportunities of making money, and he is not going to make us money.
Cleo and Simon are charity at the moment.
Uh-huh.
And I don't think we have a lot of time left for charity.
Facing spiralling losses, drastic measures are called for. Lex Van Dam returns to take action. As it's his money they're spending, he has the power to reprimand, suspend, or even sack any of his novice traders.
Cleo, you have a second? To me, you are, at the moment, you're just a distraction.
And I found it quite difficult because I know you just have to take a punt and you just have to get in there. But I'm watching like 10 stocks and they're all on my watch list.
Yeah.
But they're all at levels that I wouldn't want to buy them right now or sell them right now because I don't think they're in the right place to buy or sell.
Sure, but the issue we have is there's 3 weeks left.
I know.
Right? And you're not investing.
Yeah.
Which means like you're not going to make a lot or lose a lot.
Yeah.
So there is no real use of you being here.
Yes, I appreciate that.
I can't afford to have you sit here for another 3 weeks.
I know,
hoping
not
for
invest.
it to work.
No, I appreciate that. I appreciate that entirely. Honestly, I really appreciate those views. I really do.
Yeah.
And
I really appreciate your views.
You know, because the thing is, I look
we
at
both
stocks.
really appreciate each other, and that's really great.
No,
but you're not
thing,
making progress.
I know. Well, but the thing is, it might not seem like I'm making progress, but really, genuinely, I really am. And the thing is, I just don't see the point in investing when you know you're going to lose money.
You see, the problem is like we're having this conversation, and you really appreciate my view, but you're just stubborn, and you're not going to change your view anyway.
No, but
you can make your own rules and play your own game.
Absolutely.
But this is like a different environment, and you're going to have to invest.
I'd appreciate
So unless
that.
you tell me that you actually will,
I
there is
will.
no point in you being here.
Yes, I appreciate that entirely.
So,
That's my biggest
what
stock.
is your conclusion from this conversation?
My conclusion from this conversation is I have to invest. Full stop.
Simon, do you have a sec?
Yeah.
For Simon, it's time to face up to his losses.
Yeah, this isn't working. Let's cut to the chase.
Yeah.
It's making me demoralised, unhappy, feel I'm letting the side down, I feel I'm letting you down, I'm losing you real money. Okay. I appear not to have the right skills, full stop.
I mean, do you feel like you've just had enough? You feel you've been beaten, you've been hitting your head against the wall too often?
The
right?
last time I had trauma like this was getting divorced, and that's 10 years ago. I mean, that gives you an indication of how, awful, traumatic I'm finding this experience.
So if you can't cut it, then so you're basically putting the decision with me, right?
I mean, I think it's time to quit.
I mean, nobody can say you didn't go for it.
No, indeed not.
You weren't sitting here. And
I placed the first trade. I lost, needless to say, but at least I placed it.
You placed the first trade?
Yeah, that's right. And I thought it out. It wasn't a random pin job, but it didn't work. No.
I guess that's the way it is,
let's
right?
say that's the way it is, yes, absolutely.
Okay, man. Well, it's a pleasure.
I'll just close my positions and
close them.
sort it all out.
Yeah.
No, it's sad, but hell, it's been an amazing ride, and thank you for the opportunity. That's about all I can say.
Well, Simon, I can say it's been a pleasure
Yes, certainly has, yeah.
to endure the last 8 weeks.
It's supposed to be a pleasure.
No, I mean it's been a pleasure to have endured the last 8 weeks, but with you, that's a pleasure.
She looks really upset, Cleo.
Yeah, because she knows she's at the bottom of the pile now that Simon's gone. It's always nice when you've got someone else in the office who's worse than you.
Yeah.
Cool. Speak to you later.
I'm basically tidying up, going to the flat, and then I'll chill out for lunch or whatever, and then I'll come back here at 5:30, whenever, 4:30.
Yeah, I think it's probably best if the plans change. I don't want their week to start tomorrow.
No,
because they're a little bit distracted, to be honest with you.
Well, I'll just close today's trades.
Yeah.
And then head off, I
yeah,
guess.
Close today's.
I understand.
Yeah,
the
close today's trades and head off.
I'll just come back at 4:30.
Probably best not to.
Fine.
Like in terms of drinks, I just don't want to make tonight a goodbye Simon drinks. If it just turns into that type of drinks, then their week starts tomorrow. And it's I want it to start now.
Fine.
You know.
Okay.
Perfect.
That's what you prefer.
That's probably best.
I understand the motivation. Yeah.
All right.
I don't take it personally.
No, don't. Seriously, it's not like that. Okay. All right. Cool. I just want to say, obviously it's terrible losing a member of the team. It's under no question, no doubt that we all get on with Simon amazingly well, and he's a top guy, great personality, and amazing to be around in the office.
Thanks very much.
And he's walking away from this with a big smile on his face. You know, trading just isn't for some people, and I think we should all give Simon a round of applause off the trading floor.
Thanks very much.
Okay, right guys. You know, we have kind of wasted half a day so far today. It's, as a team, we need to get going, get motivated, get sharp. We've got 15 days left. And we need to make some money.
They know the next 2 weeks are going to be tough, and they can't take it.
Well, Mike, it's not
we talk about it. Well, yes, it is, Emil, because I don't know what's going on.
Mike, that is not my manner of dealing with people.
Who cares if he's not happy?
They're people. No.
This is just the way the business works.
So why should we keep you?
I've got 2 more weeks left, right?
Well, you have 2 more weeks left if you answer the question properly. If they walk out, then it just shows it's actually really difficult to make it to the end.
There's a fine line when it comes to being human beings. And now you see other people in the room responding to that. City or no city.
And you can catch that next episode of $1 Million Traders next Tuesday at 9. There's more City chat over on BBC4 now. Jerry Robertson talks to BA boss Willie Walsh in The Moneymakers. And Evan Davis heads into the world of risk in The City Uncovered on Wednesday night at 9 here on BBC2.
Hello there, this is Ohi from Traders. I'm looking at Bradford and Bingley.
You can't short Bradford and Bingley, the stock is unborrowable, that's across the board.
Look at Woolworths, WLW. I'd like to sell 42,000. It's going down. But don't believe me, I'm just a shopkeeper.
Oh, I've just been whacked in one of my shorts.
This is a City trading room like no other, because no one here has ever worked in the City before.
900 quid, like that.
These 8 men and women have been given $1 million and 2 months to run their own hedge fund and invest in the stock market as they see fit.
This is one of those experiences that money can't buy. Go on, Lockheed Martin.
It's a radical idea created by one of the city's leading hedge fund managers, Lex Van Dam.
I'm taking a huge risk here. I need people who participate who also care a lot. And if they don't care enough, then I'll make sure they care.
They've had to trade during the worst economic crisis in a generation.
Another volatile day here. Crude oil futures are rallying, essentially wiping out.
Yes.
While some enjoyed success,
I think you've traded really, really well, so you should be proud.
Excellent.
Others have been pushed to breaking point.
What a nightmare.
I don't need to feel less self-worth at the moment.
Simon, do you have a say?
Yeah.
And one trader has already resigned.
Last time I had trauma like this was getting divorced. I mean, that gives you an indication of how awful, traumatic I'm finding this experience. I think it's time to quit.
For the 7 remaining traders, it's going to get a whole lot worse.
We're going to have to just slam the guys down who aren't going to do it.
So why should we keep you?
I've got 2 more weeks left, right?
Well, you have 2 more weeks left if you answer the question properly.
Who cares if he's not happy?
They're people. No.
This is just the way the business works.
Whatever personal morals or dilemmas you have,
Yeah, I leave that
take them
aside.
home.
As they enter the final push to the end, not everyone will survive.
Either we get this out in the open and stop making knee-jerk, crappy judgments.
No, Mike, it's not
or we
knee-jerk,
talk about
crappy
it. Well, yes,
judgments.
it is, Emil, because
No, it's
I don't
not.
know what's going on.
You have your choice whether you stay or you go.
If they walk out, then it just shows, yes, it's actually really difficult to make it to the end.
Over the last 5 weeks, the credit crisis has sent shockwaves throughout the financial world.
The FTSE 100 is down 22. Barclays wrote off another £1.1 billion in bad debt linked to the credit crunch and the mortgage market.
Nationwide says the price of the average home is now nearly £15,000 less than it was this time last
Analysts
year.
are expecting losses of as much as £1.7 billion, which would be the biggest loss comfortably in British banking history.
Extreme market volatility means making a profit is almost impossible.
And Willie Walsh is saying this is the worst trading environment the industry has ever faced.
Many professional hedge funds are struggling. So it's no wonder that for the 7 remaining rookie traders, it's been an exceptionally testing time. And a split has emerged in the team between those with real trading potential and those who are struggling. So far, single mum Caroline has proved herself the best trader and has developed a real taste for making money.
By the end of week 2, I'd say I was actually starting to quite enjoy myself. And then when you have some trades that actually make money, you really start to enjoy yourself. It's just a fantastic feeling. I suppose if you're a gambler at a casino, it is like winning. It's absolutely brilliant.
Drawing on his skills as a promoter and teacher, Emil is also doing well, along with Mike, an ex-soldier who's loving his new life as a trader.
Any job where you come in at 6 and the next time you look at your watch, oh my God, it's 4:30, and the market's just about to close. That's got to be a good thing.
The youngest star is Ohi, only 20 and from Tottenham. He's a straight-A student and showing great trading skill.
When you're making money, you just become really adrenalized. The excitement is what keeps you here.
Ohi, good level to get up, mate. Very well done. Thanks.
You live and die 1,000 times in a week. And that in itself actually holds a lot of value.
Despite these successes, because of the traders who are struggling, the team is down over £10,000.
Let's go, guys.
Their manager is ex-trader Anton Creel. With only 3 weeks left, at the morning meeting the atmosphere is tense.
Europe.
Auto parts I've got as UK.
What's the biggest rising sector in Europe, Amit?
Banks.
I got it as real estate index.
Really?
Really?
Yeah. Forget about index points. We're not here to trade index points. We're here to make money.
Amit, a 30-year-old shopkeeper from Lincolnshire, currently has the biggest losses in the group.
Okay, major market news. Who's got what?
Do you want me to start?
Go for it.
Go for it.
Well, just quickly, on the farm front, things have been quite quiet, but one thing to note is Biogen, which fell absolutely astronomically.
Major market news. Is this major market news?
No, sorry.
Okay, stock specific. Okay.
While ex-vet Cleo has been crippled by a fear of losing money and has struggled to invest at all.
Have you got a strategy?
I'm out of Intercontinental now.
Oh, right, you're out of it. Okay.
Yeah.
So, have you got a strategy to go back in?
Quite possibly.
Quite possibly isn't a strategy.
Well, if the results are good, then I will go in on along, because they rally really well.
Cool. Should we go and make some money? Yeah. Is that a resounding yes?
Yes.
Environmentalist Sam has also been struggling with life as a trader.
What I feel most uncomfortable about in the morning meeting is the kind of focus on the end piece. Let's go make some money. I find that really distasteful. I just really don't like that at all. But that is the bottom line, really, for this business, for what's been done here.
Sam's been attempting to trade ethically, but he's lost money. And now he's having to accept the fact that most traders don't prioritize ethics.
I've never really experienced it.
Yeah, there's no reason for them to.
No.
It's only going to be a hindrance.
There's too much to think about anyway.
Yeah, which is why, as Mike says, that trading's never going to change the world. There's no reason for it to.
Of course it's not.
Yeah.
Might change my bank balance.
My impression of what needs to happen in this world, the changes we need to make, is so totally at odds with the way that the financial world is going and tending towards. You have to be cold and ruthless in many ways. And I haven't seen a lot of incredible human qualities emerging from the people that I've seen who are successful at this game.
For Anton, there's no room for ethics in the last big push to make a profit.
Over the next couple of weeks, what you're probably going to see is the difference between those that can turn on the brutality switch and make some money, and the people who are just here for the ride. If the desk is going to make money, we're going to have to just slam the guys down who aren't going to do it. I think it will get ugly. There's certain people in the group who are displaying traits of being on the brink of paralysis. And if they do actually fall into that psychological mode, there's no place for them on the desk.
With $1 million of his own money on the line, it's the investor Lex Van Dam who ultimately controls the cash and fate of the 7 remaining traders. Lex wants to enforce a stricter regime.
There's going to be more discipline in people being in the office.
Yeah.
You know, so they get their lunch between 11:30 and 12. At 12 o'clock, they're just back on the desk, and they're not going out for little coffees, whatever. They can go for coffee at 4:30. Tell them that, you know, shape up or it's not going to work.
Right, of course.
We've been softy, and now we're going to be real. And we'll see where it leads us.
Lex has already voiced his concerns to ex-vet Cleo.
Cleo, you have a sec?
He thinks her problem is that despite being highly intelligent, she's too soft.
If you are in a vet practice and you have a new person, and this new person starts crying every time there's an animal that's sick that comes in,
yes,
what would you do?
I haven't cried every time. That's
sure, no, but what would you do if you had a person like that?
Well, personally,
how would you deal with that?
I would give him support.
You'd give him support?
Yeah.
Okay. What happens if the support didn't work?
I'd tell them to pull themselves together.
Right.
And stop doubting themselves.
Okay. So I'm telling you, you should pull yourself together.
Absolutely.
You should stop doubting yourself.
Yeah.
Your capital is halved from 50 to 25.
Okay.
As far as I can see, you know, you've been distracting the team. You know, you should focus on yourself, on your trading. Forget about everybody else. Don't go with your issues to anybody else anymore. You cannot let emotions get in the way. So you're going from 50 to 25. And if if this week it's the same thing, if you get upset and you start talking to other people about it, then this is your last week.
Okay.
So that's how it is. Thanks very much.
Okay, thanks.
Okay, thank you.
Having reduced his risk with Cleo, Lex had already decided to invest this extra cash with his strongest trader, Caroline.
You are an example to the group, so I'm going to give you more money. So I'll give you 30 more, which is partially taken away from other people.
Yeah.
So if everybody starts crying around you and being depressed,
yeah,
you should just say, well, you are almost like the winner, right? You've taken this from other people.
It's nice to be given the extra funds to invest and for the vote of confidence.
Having more money means you're actually being told to trade more.
I appreciate that, yeah.
That is your duty now.
But now Lex has another headache.
Amit?
Amit has so far placed 23 trades, of which 16 have lost money.
You're not applying what you have been taught, which is to build a portfolio. You look tired. And you're the biggest loser in my portfolio. You are doing yourself a massive disservice. If you cannot change, you're going to have to go, obviously.
Yeah,
if you lose a lot more, you're going to have to go. If you can't change, you have to go. So, like your portfolio, in 2 days should look very different to what it is now.
Okay, sure. I can do it. You can't just learn this through a book. It's all about experience, day in, day out. I do want to prove to myself that I can do this, I don't want to walk out here thinking I can't. But
like I said, the situation I'm in at the moment is that, you know, when you've been kicked in the teeth so many times, you've got no teeth left, you know what I mean? It's like almost, okay, I'm going to smile anymore, right?
Lex still has £100,000 of his money up for grabs. He will decide at the end of the week who to trust with the extra cash, and whether Amit and Cleo will survive it all as the traders get closer to the end of the experiment.
Can you have a look at SAB Miller for me, SAB?
Can you look at Nike for us, please? Can you see if you can buy me 100?
Tate and Lyle, I'd like to sell 490 shares of them, please.
Can you have a look at Nike for me, please? NKE US.
As investors do try to balance both geopolitical tensions with supply and demand.
Hedge funds are privately owned investment vehicles that are designed to make money whether the markets go up or down.
The FTSE 100 fell more than 2% in the morning.
Master the dark art of balancing the two, and you'll make money.
Further evidence today that the housing market in the UK is set for a protracted downturn.
Markets in the UK, Europe and America are now open to the novices.
Lehman Brothers may get $7 billion by selling its asset management unit, Neuberger Berman.
Caroline has £90,000 to invest, and the other strong performers, Ohi, Mike and Emil, have £60,000. Far from being daunted, for these four rookies, trading has become almost second nature.
Apple, I love you. I love you at this point in time.
Emil's portfolio is going well, and he's not short of new investment ideas.
You look at Adobe where it's opened, as I said last night. I can't believe it.
The only problem is, he's run out of cash.
You know,
it's still rising. Look how much it's rising.
Oh, sick.
What do you want, an endless pot of cash?
Well, you know, it could be possible. Yeah, you know, let's just keep it coming.
Emil, it's constantly under review.
Okay, cool.
Right.
I'm actually doing quite well today, and that's why I wouldn't mind some more money.
You need to trust us that we'll do the right thing.
Well, you know, I'm in your hands, aren't I?
It's not a big deal.
No, it's not a big deal.
Stocks will move on Monday as well.
I know it's not a big deal, but when you find something, right, and it validates what you originally thought, it feels good, doesn't it? You know that. You've been there yourself with that feeling.
Of course it does.
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
A great feeling. But what are you getting pissed off for?
I'm not just like, you know, I'm trying to keep me book and make some money.
You're the type of trader who's just got itchy fingers. Yeah. And you want a deal all the time.
Yeah.
Right? You, not me, need to control that.
Cool. And that's me being diplomatic.
Emil's problem is impatience, but Cleo's is nerves.
How's your book looking, Cleo?
Well, it's got 3 positions now.
What are you long, what are you short?
I'm long Tate,
yeah,
which I'm happy about.
What else?
Short long SAB,
yeah,
which I think is holding up considering the TAP news.
What are you short?
Intercontinental Hotels.
Okay.
They're not inputted yet.
If a trader buys long, they're hoping a stock will rise. If they sell short, a complex process of borrowing, selling and buying back shares, they'll profit when a stock falls. A good hedge fund trader must do both if they want to make a profit. Cleo's been cautioned for not investing. Emil wants to help.
Right, that's going up. We're trading. 2 things. Who are we phoning?
No,
come on, phone them. Phone them. Come on.
Emil.
This is good. Yeah, this is good. Cleo, it's still going up. We spoke about this. Come on.
But I don't have anything else in America to set off against.
Abercrombie and Fitch is broken through. It's down to 48. It's $2 down. It's still going down.
A very good trading desk to have is when everybody's got very differing strong opinions. You don't want to have a desk where everyone agrees on everything, because everyone ends up short the same stuff and long the same stuff. And then when you lose money, the magnitude of the loss is always far greater.
Good trading means following your instincts, not other people, according to ex-soldier Mike.
You have your view of the world, and when you're trading, you express that view by putting money on it. And there's just too much consensus on the desk. You know, there's too many people in too many similar positions.
Oh, hi, this is Cleo from Traders. I'm very well, thank you. Can you have a look at Tesco's for me, TSCO?
Right there, Tesco, please, TSCO.
I just get the impression there is not enough debate and people challenging other people's opinions. And I'm loath to, because I think people take it personally. You know, and they get upset.
Trading is an unsentimental business with many unwritten rules, such as how to deal with your broker when you call to place a trade.
No, we did a track day recently, so I did some clients to a track day.
Ah, where did you do a track day? Which one?
Silverstone.
Oh, Silverstone, yeah.
Yeah,
I've rode Donington, but on a motorbike. Yeah, it's good. So.
Right.
Yeah,
well,
I have.
Chance to go again.
Yeah, that's right. Go on, sir. So can you get me filled on that one over, do you think?
Yeah,
Have a
sure.
look.
So how many tomorrow?
65. Take it easy. See you soon. Bye-bye. I like the banter with them.
So you trading all night as well, are you?
Oh, yeah.
Nice.
Hardcore.
As far as Anton is concerned, the traders are here to make money, not friends.
I'm frustrated with you guys because I just want you to get angry. I want you to be vicious on the phone. If you shout down the phone and you make them sit up in their chair, they're going to get it right. Okay? There's no downside to doing it. There's absolutely no downside. Sell 300 at 754.5. Thanks. Bye. He's your bitch. Seriously.
It's just the terminology and everything.
Seriously. Who cares if he's not happy? He's your broker.
I care. They're people. Me. How long they been charging
Good
us
management.
for? Days.
Cleo, good management is allowing you to learn how to speak to these guys.
You've got your unique management style. I've got my own way of doing
It's
things.
not a unique
hold
management
on,
style.
Hold on, listen, right?
Go on.
However I communicate with people,
Right.
I'm always going to do it in my way because I'm always going to get the best out of people, how I deal with them.
These guys get spoken to like this on a minute-to-minute basis every day.
Does that mean it's right?
Right, it is right because it's the way the business works, mate.
Well, doesn't
These
mean
guys,
it's right?
no, these guys, if you pick up the phone and just go, buy that, at X, that amount, buy.
Yeah.
Like, they don't take it personally. It's not an insult, it's their business. What do you think, Amit?
Well, what? I've got no problem calling him a bitch. But I don't know, I think it's rude, personally.
Huh?
I think it's rude. I think sometimes...
I never said call him a bitch.
And I thought you did.
It's the tone.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
You've got to be firm with them from the outset.
Yes.
And then if they take the piss out of you, then you can go crazy, right?
Yeah.
But if you're not firm with them, at all for the first 3 conversations, they are going to take the piss out of you.
Yeah.
It's just in their nature.
While some enjoy the tough approach,
That is done for you.
Hey, Carl, does your phone do this?
others find it less acceptable.
Did you go short or long on them?
My job here is to get the best out of everybody and hopefully make everyone make money. That involves turning people into traders, right? My frustration generally with the group is just lack of focus. I've been in the industry for a long time, right? In terms of abrasiveness in the office in this business, for me it's like going around to my granny's and having a cup of tea, right? It's like, it's part of the business, almost like military, get out my face, I don't want any distractions, I'm focused.
It doesn't have to be like that, trust me.
But listen,
I
I have to be like that to make myself focused.
Okay,
right?
so that's, you have to be like
that's
that.
But trust me when I say it, most guys in the industry are like that.
Doesn't mean it's right. I think it's a load of bullshit. You know, if somebody respects you, they'll do what you ask them to do. Why speak to another human being in that way when there's no need for it?
It's all the bravado. That's what it is. There's so much bravado in the city, in everything they do.
Yeah, it is. I think it is. And half the time it ends up being a pissing contest. I think though, if you get like a high concentration of men in one place at one time, it's always going to be like that. And I think if you look around you, the city seems to be a high concentration of men.
Yeah.
And most of them are arseholes. It's just a load of bullshit.
There's still over 2 weeks to go. And life as a trader is taking its toll on everyone.
Hi.
Hey mate.
How's things with the boys and the girls?
Everyone's sick.
But for investor Lex Van Dam, nothing, not even illness, should stand in the way of profit.
Are they really?
Well, Sam and Ohi were sick on Friday, right? Ohi toughed it out. And Sam went home early, right? And I think the same bug has spread to Cleo and Amit. Cleo was sick 3 times last night, but she's coming. She said to me this morning, if she's going to vomit and she runs off the desk screaming, it's not because I'm emotional, it's because I'm going to be sick.
No, but she should just have to tell her that to just put a bin next to her. They shouldn't be so emotional about it. She should have a bin next to everybody, and they should throw up in the bin if they have to throw up. Say, like, we don't want people like being off the desk all day because they might throw up. Is there anyone who's close to throwing up? We'll go and get 2 bins.
He's apparently been vomiting all night.
I'm not happy. My message is that it's going to be really important for him to come in. Because if at the end of the day he doesn't have put on his portfolio, he's going to have to go.
Okay.
At mid-morning, Amit arrives.
Boy, it's actually a big train journey, it's worst. Like, you get off and it's like, whoosh, the amount of heat that hits you. Like, I was in the queue thinking, oh my God, I'm going to collapse any minute right now. You know what I mean? Yeah. Be right.
What were the symptoms?
Just sickness, headache.
Did you vomit?
Yeah, 3 times.
Okay. Headaches?
Paracetamol.
Right.
Those came right up.
You should probably go to one of the drop-in centres in the city.
Yeah, I reckon, yeah.
Yeah, it's like 60 quid.
Okay. Yeah.
Consultation.
Okay.
And they'll sort you out.
All right, sorted.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will do
Just
that.
go go before lunchtime.
Yeah. All right. I sorted.
Yeah.
Cheers. Thanks.
Last week, Amit lost £1,200 from just one investment. This loss has hit him hard, and despite being warned by Lex to widen his portfolio and hedge better, he's only managed to place 3 trades.
I've been beaten quite a few times in the last few weeks, so it's one of those things, you just got to take it on the chin and move on. The hardest thing has been like developing my portfolio. Just got to deal with it. If you don't deal with it, like I said, you must call it a day. There's always a chance, yeah? There's always a chance. Hopefully.
For Emil and Sam, weeks on end stuck in an office has at times been a real psychological challenge.
Do you feel like a battery chicken? Oh, I feel like it's like this room and this non-natural light, and it's like it's timeless.
I know trusting myself to make any decisions today either because I'm pissed off and I'm tired.
Yeah.
And they're 2 not very good state of affairs.
So far, Emil has shown glimpses of real trading ability and was rewarded with £60,000 to invest. But today, he's adding to Lex's problems.
That, sitting at that says 67,000, yeah? I was 64,000.
He's exceeded the cash limit that Lex has set him. A cardinal sin in trading.
I know what I've closed out, I know what I've invested. Doesn't make sense.
Like, how do you want me to explain this to him? What do you want me to say to him? Because if I call him now and say you're over, he's going to blow his top.
Well, whatever then, I'll just trade out.
This morning, it's come to light that Emil's broken his exposure limit by 10%, right? And he didn't even realise. The point is like they left the office last night and they didn't even check their exposure or their P&L or anything, right?
Yeah.
Both Anton and Lex feel part of Emil's problem is his friendship with Cleo.
Why this has happened? Because he's just not focused. He's not watching his positions properly. He's just going home and he's just chatting to Cleo all day.
He's been distracted again by her.
It's just very difficult to have them both in the office. We just actually can't let this go today.
I think...
we can't let this go.
I know, it's like it's one step too far now.
Yeah.
He wants a spreadsheet, right?
Yeah.
That's not the trade counter.
Yeah.
Right? And you to put it together.
Yeah.
To show cost value versus current value of your positions and exposure, right?
Okay.
It's fairly straightforward.
Okay.
Lex wants to penalise Emil. He's got to stop trading immediately and compile a list of all his investments from the last 6 weeks.
See why you get frustrated, can't you?
Yeah, I've managed to switch back on and back.
An hour later, and Emil's had enough.
I'm not doing it. Seriously, I'm not even doing it now. I'm not wasting my time. I'm not wasting my time doing it. Because it's just stupid, this. I wasn't 67,000 over yesterday. I was 63 and a bit. Then you told you 10%
well,
over.
You've got the sheet there now. Why don't you just send that one to Lex as it is?
No, I'm not even doing it. Seriously. I'm not playing games. I'm really not playing games when someone can't speak to your fucking face like a child and they run off and phone their dad, because that's what it became. That's what it's been for the last few days and last week as well, and we all know it. And even admitted now there's a problem in dealing with me because he can't say it face to face. It's absolutely stupid.
He has been rude to you, you know, and I'm really not happy about that.
It's bullshit, mate. All we're doing is spending all our time and pandering to the guys who are a joke.
Yeah.
It's always somebody else's fault when you fuck up.
Yeah.
You know?
I hate that it's me. I hate the fact that it's me. Looking like I'm the difficult one, looking like I'm the one who's
arguing.
No,
you're not looking difficult.
And it's always people, like people, the best thing when people look at someone like me, it always appears that it's what I'm like, but I'm not like
No, it's not that, mate.
that now, it's 1 o'clock. I haven't done no work on any trades, yeah? American market's open in an hour and a half. I've got loads on there. I should be looking at, I should be doing more things. I wanted to reverse my position in RIM, but now I don't know whether I can because of... I've been making money for... Yeah, but I've been making money for like nearly 10, 11 days now, and that's why I feel frustrated.
Yeah, I'm sure.
And you know, but it's only the negatives which are brought up.
Yeah.
Maybe that's a personality clash,
Yeah,
I don't
I think
know.
you're right.
But it's not fair.
No.
I don't want to be the centre of something. I don't want to disrupt other people's
No.
day. I don't want to have conflict with
But you
people.
have a valid point.
And it's ironic because I've got a reputation of being really ruthless in business, but that's only when it needs dictate.
Things are getting out of hand. Lex is due to arrive tomorrow to distribute the remainder of his $1 million. Who gets the money and who gets the boot, only Lex can decide.
Hey, come on, let's go.
For the past 2 months, these 7 rookies have been immersed in the world of trading.
Right then, from the top, who wants to kick me off?
Dow plus 0.719. Check. S&P at 0.55. Nasdaq at 1.03.
S&P futures up.
Their lives have become a routine of daily meetings, financial data, and portfolio analysis.
Gold broke 800 overnight, which is super significant.
If it breaks through that, then all these hedge funds are going to start unwinding their positions.
Cool. I don't know what time his Lord and Master will be in today, but I just expect Lex to be in at some point today as well. Anton was in a good mood yesterday evening, which always worries me. Anyway.
But across the square mile at a breakfast meeting, Lex and Anton are about to bring down the axe.
We're running a business. There's only 2 weeks left. They're down 10 grand. It's not really getting much worse, but it's also not improving. So, Cleo, it seems like she's been copying other people's trades.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, she's a smart girl. She does analyze, but she's just not a trader. So, how about Amit?
Amit's hit a brick wall. Major problem. Unfortunately for Amit this time, it's just too late. He's hungry for the city life, the city lifestyle, to set one day turn around and say, I'm a trader, right? But he doesn't want to do the work. I just can't see how he's going to make money.
Emil?
I think he's worth an investment. So I think he's got a lot of potential.
He's been working hard. He has diversified his portfolio. However, he's obviously made like a really big error and he broke his limit. He seems to be totally distracted because of Cleo. We've had so much patience, but we got to give ourselves a chance to make some money back here. So the question is, do we let go of Cleo? Do we let go of Amit? Do we let go of both?
Markets may be the toughest scene for years, but there are no excuses in the city. You're either doing well or you're not. And this fund is down over 10 grand. Emil, Cleo and Amit are about to receive a blunt reality check.
Amit, do you have a sec? So the question is, why should we keep you?
True.
No, true.
It's your opinion, obviously, isn't it? I can't make your decision for you. I will endeavour to try my best and make some money, but if you think I'm going wrong and I'm going the wrong path, then that's your decision to make, you know.
Yeah, but I repeat the question, why should we keep you?
Why should you keep me? I think you've seen for the past 3 days that my P&L is moving in the right direction.
Right. But see, for the past 3 days that you've done 3 trades, of which only one was kind of new-ish.
Sure.
So why should we keep you?
I've got 2 more weeks left, right?
Well, you have 2 more weeks left if you answer the question properly.
Okay.
Try to convince me. Have at least one go.
Yeah, sure, yeah, no. I mean, I believe I can make some money out of this. I've got 2 weeks to prove myself, Lex. I've worked more harder. I can tell you right now that I am working towards a goal, which is to get my P&L back in blue. Because at the end of the day, one more person adding to the P&L on the plus side will be in your benefit.
But if I give that money to someone who's better, there's even more of my benefit.
Of course.
Okay, fine. Okay.
I quite like the way when he's put under pressure, he actually stays pretty calm. I mean, for him, he knows it's the final conversation.
Okay.
Positive?
Yeah.
Good.
Next is Cleo.
But what percentage of your stocks are, like, generated by yourself, having done the work?
All of them. I don't just jump on the back of other people's ideas, if that's what you're trying to insinuate.
I'm not insinuating anything.
Okay.
Maybe you are the source of all ideas, and everybody comes to you and then puts it on after you put it on. Or, other people have the idea and then, you put it on after them.
I've got my
But
reasons.
let's take Nike, right?
Yeah, I actually spoke to Emil about Nike.
Right.
And Emil had his own reasons for going into Nike, but
he had his own reasons.
Well, obviously he did,
Funnily enough, there's 100,000 stocks in the US.
There is,
and
but
funnily
I read.
enough, you read an article about Nike, and he happened to also have his own
Well,
reasons.
no.
And you both put it on.
I generate ideas, and I do chat to people about my ideas.
Seriously, the next 2 weeks are going to be so much harder.
Yeah, but
why do you want to put yourself through that?
Why?
Because there's not going to be any niceties for nicety's sake.
Yeah, but you know what? I don't need niceties for nicety's sake.
Like when Anton tells you to jump, you have to jump.
Okay.
That's just the way it has to be, because that's the way a trading room operates. And whatever personal morals or dilemmas you have,
I leave that
take them
aside.
home.
Yeah, okay,
Take
fine.
them home, because nobody's interested.
Okay, fine.
So why should you stay?
I am returning. I wasn't before, but if you go on a progression journey, then I've gone from not returning to returning. So therefore, in the next 2 weeks, hopefully, logic would say that I would continue to give you a percentage return on whatever money is invested in me.
And you think you can deal with the pressure?
Yes, if I'm dealt with in a normal manner, the same as everyone else.
There you go again. If I dealt with it in a normal manner.
No,
it doesn't matter. Like if you're on a trading floor, you're always going to think that your boss has it in for you.
No, I think you're wrong.
Okay, I don't care what you think. This is what I'm telling you. Yeah. On a trading floor, you're always going to think. Have you been on a trading floor? Have you worked there for 15 years or for 10 years? No. Okay.
So I'm telling you, and I appreciate it.
It's no longer an opinion. This is just what it is. Your boss knows what is good. So whatever Anton will say in the next 2 weeks is just the way it has to be. And that's why I'm worried about you, that you actually think, well, maybe you can't deal with it.
I think I can.
Okay, we're going to talk more.
Okay.
All right. Thanks a lot.
If you want me to hand in my resignation, I'm not going to do it. So you're just going to have to kick me out.
You know when you have a trading position, yeah?
Yeah.
And like these are our positions, really, these people. And you end up being more praying instead of like just cutting. Cleo has made progress, and it seems like she's emotionally pretty stable.
I think you're wrong. She knows exactly when she has to display that she might be, but when she's sitting at that desk, she's all over the place. We've forced her into being invested, and 80% of her positions are replications from the rest of the desk.
Yeah. If we say goodbye to Cleo, and she starts crying and getting upset, I'm worried that Emil is going to get like a hissy fit, and he will walk out.
It's just wrong. Like, this is not how a trading desk operates, so why should we do it here, right? No.
You are actually quite talented, I think, but your fight for justice, of like everything around should be fair, like in a city room, you wouldn't survive, with that attitude.
You're concerned that I'm going to be the person who throws the spanner in the works, which in turn is going to affect the group and the group's performance.
No, if you do something that's negative to the group, you'll just go. Very simple. I am worried that you're going to do things that will be negative for you. Decisions will be made that you might not like, but it doesn't really matter. I just want you to just focus on that screen, invest, be smart, come up with lots of ideas, build a portfolio, and do well.
Emil may be rebellious, but he's a talented trader, and Lex doesn't want to lose him.
So your new capital is going to be 75? So you got 15 more, which is the only message that you really should take away. So what do you think?
Good. You know, I've got work to do, haven't I?
I know you are your own person, and that's why you were chosen. However, our challenge is, for the next 2 weeks, to make sure we end up with a positive P&L.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks, man.
Bye, mate.
Now it's decision time. Either Cleo, who's struggling to invest, or Amit, who's down £3,000, must go.
If I looked at that trading room on Monday, so if you think about what it should look like on Monday, if he is gone, yeah, and Cleo is still sitting there, it just doesn't feel right, does it?
It just doesn't feel right. It doesn't work.
If they're both there, then it feels like we've made no progress.
Yeah.
So I guess she has to go, right?
Okay, how are we gonna put it to her?
Is she gonna cry?
She's gonna cry.
This is ridiculous.
Let's do it. Hopefully in 5 minutes it'll be over.
Clear? Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you.
No worries. So we've had long conversations.
Okay.
Obviously about the benefits of you being here or not being here.
Mm-hmm.
We've looked at the progress you've made over the last 6 weeks, and it's been like pretty tough. But I think it's not going to work. I'm sorry. So that's the decision. You're just not a trader, and it's just.
Is there any point in me fighting my case at all?
Not at all.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no point at all.
Okay.
We don't want to over-dramatize this, right? I mean, it's not like someone has just died or whatever. And in the last 2 weeks, we need to make our money back. Why don't you just say what you think? Let's give everybody a fair chance.
I don't even. Well, you know there's probably no point, to be honest. I'm sorry.
I mean, it's fair enough that you're upset. If it's any benefit to you, we feel really bad about it. You know, we feel really...
No benefit.
I tell you one thing.
Seriously.
This gives us no pleasure. This gives us no pleasure. Like, it's the same as like if you have a bad stock and you want to hold on to it, you know, you're going to have to cut. And we've learned from experience, if we hold on to our bad positions, that we feel are bad positions, we have to get out of the position.
No.
So we feel we have to get out of this position.
I appreciate that.
You know,
I do. I just, I feel in light of the fact that really I did quite well last week.
But isn't that like the best way for it to end? That you feel like actually
you
did everything you could.
The best way to end would be for me to have been given more capital. That would have given me more confidence. You know what? When I didn't receive that, this whole thing to me.
Cleo, you weren't ready for more capital. Be honest with yourself.
Honestly, I really was.
You went from 9,000 invested with a gun to your head to be more invested to 21.
I did, yeah.
So really, without a gun to your head, right, you don't deserve more capital.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
It can't be like that.
I appreciate that.
Right.
It's a frustration at myself, and I'm really sorry.
It's okay, it's fine. It's absolutely
Leo,
fine.
Okay.
It's much better if you just get it all out in the open. Do you want some water? Should I get you some water?
No, don't give me water.
All right, okay.
No, honestly, I'm absolutely fine. It's just I'm trying to stop myself from crying because it's the last thing I want to do.
But that's okay. That's okay.
It's so frustrating because you're right. I'm looking for the perfect thing the whole time. That is why I haven't been trading.
You know, if you have to look at like who has the highest IQ, you know, there's probably 2 or 3 people, and you're amongst them, but you're just not a trader. Sorry.
No, don't worry. Honestly.
Sorry.
Okay. Probably the best thing to do is limit the time spent in the office from now. Okay?
Okay.
Cool.
Man, it wasn't easy, was it?
Sorry, guys.
For Emil, it's the last straw.
You know what? People didn't come here to cry. I don't care what you're saying. You okay? Yeah, okay, good.
She agreed that she had these chances and she didn't take it. Shall we call him in?
No, he's too angry at the moment. Let him calm down.
You're off. You're off. Oh no, it's a joke. And they're all just waiting for it to say it's not a distraction or something else. But it's bullshit. It's bullshit.
I want to see what he does naturally, without our influence. If he walks...
Your decision or not your decision, Cleo? Not your decision, is it? It does matter.
He's going,
he's getting emotional.
He's going. He's pulling off his stuff.
Yeah?
Emil, I'm serious. Emil, please.
No, seriously, Cleo, it's not you, honestly.
He's gone. Fine.
Just chill and let things happen naturally.
My decision. Our decision. People have spoke about it. Doesn't matter. Seriously, it's bullshit.
I'm completely okay.
It's not about you, Cleo. We're cool on it as well ourselves, honestly.
That's it, fallout.
Going.
Please stop it.
Sam and Amit surprise everyone by walking out in a show of solidarity too.
Cleo, it's not you.
No, but it will appear like it's me.
Well, it's not you. People have made their own decision. It's just people have had enough in general.
Yeah, but
I've got
Emil...
a few words to say, seriously.
No, Emil,
I've got a few words to say.
Emil, please.
Okay?
Okay, Emil, sit
No.
down.
Let him speak.
Let me speak, yeah, okay? I understand where you're going with everything, how it works in the city and everything else, but there's a fine line when it comes to being human beings, yeah? And now you see other people in the room responding to that. City or no city, it doesn't matter.
Why did you... We had a conversation with Cleo, right?
Yeah, I know you had a conversation with Cleo, and I've had a conversation with you, and I've had a conversation with Cleo.
Speak to her. Speak to Cleo.
I don't need to speak to Cleo.
Yeah, Cleo will explain to people
it's
what the conversation was.
Cleo. It's not
I understand.
Cleo.
Cleo can explain what the conversation was in this
Cleo,
room.
Lex. It's about being human. It's about spending 6 weeks.
Okay.
No, I appreciate.
Cleo, it's not you. Seriously.
No, Emil, I've said already, and I've said to the group.
I know it's not. It's Cleo.
This is me being frustrated at myself
not Cleo.
and my. You know,
it's not just Cleo. It's not just about that, Lex.
To be honest, I really have nothing to say.
Cool, not a problem then.
I have nothing to say.
Not a problem.
I do not know what the fuck is going on here and what the sentiment is in this room. So either we get this out in the open and stop making fucking knee-jerk, crappy judgments.
No, Mike, it's not
Or we
knee-jerk,
talk about it. Well, yes, it is, Emil, because I don't know what's going on.
My choice, whether I walk out this room, is my choice. So I'm exercising my choice to walk out the room. Yeah. Anyone else who's walking out the room is exercising their own choice. You have your choice whether you stay or you go. No one is compromising you.
Cool.
Okay. Not a problem then.
Okay. I'm going. And I'd just like to say thanks very much to everyone.
Take it easy.
Really.
Right. You go stay, it's your call. Cool.
Make loads of money. I really think you've got 2 weeks left and you should grasp this opportunity.
This is me. And you reach a point where there's a line crossed. I've said that to you for the last few weeks, and it's just crossed it again today. If it wasn't this, it would be something else, trust me. It would be something else, and then something else, and then something else. Okay? We can't be created in someone else's image or anything else. It's just the way it is.
We always said, this is really, really difficult. Only very few people can do it. If they walk out, then it just shows, yes, it's actually really difficult to make it to the end.
Nor did I, really. Televis. It's been a pleasure. Go well. Good luck with this.
See you later.
You know what? I feel so good. That is the best I've felt in 6 weeks. I feel fantastic.
What the fuck just happened there? Jesus Christ.
Very, very strange. I don't know whether they expected that kind of reaction.
It's no coincidence to me that the guys who are losing the most money have found the excuse to walk out.
Cleo, we feel great. Look how happy I feel. Seriously, it's not you.
You, but I don't want to be the catalyst.
You're not.
They've got a different idea of doing things. It's the harsh way. It's the city way. But we're not city people, right?
Yeah. No, we're good people. Person. I'm not, and I'm not compromising how I feel and anything else.
Like, let's say you're sitting at the trading desk, yeah? And your best buddy has just been fired, yeah?
I'll see him in a few weeks for a drink.
The only mistake we have made is we should have gotten rid of Cleo 2 weeks ago. It's not like our best people left. We left with Ohi, with Caroline, and with Mike. The top 3 have stayed. Our worst people left. People who are actually losing money will try to find any excuse possible to get out of it, because they're hurting.
None of us really want to be in an environment where people are treated really badly for the sake of making money. And so it's a real shame, in a way.
Ohi is upset by the walkout.
The hardcore boys.
It was a pleasure.
You're the hardcore boys. It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
Ohi, what's your plan?
Fact is, as much as I feel the empathy for the others,
yeah,
I'm in it for a different reason, so I want to stay to the end.
Well, listen, for a guy of your age, that decision is incredibly mature. Seriously. So, do not feel bad about wanting to do well for yourself in this business.
I've seen a lot of people not being able to emotionally deal with it. I've seen people cry on the desk. I've seen people throw screens on the floor. You know, I've seen people have a fit. I've seen people walk out, run out, lose total control. I've seen it all. So to see 4 people get up, you know, it's not like, oh, this is really new to me. I've never seen this before, whatever. I just think it's just stupid, you know. To walk out in an emotional manner like that, just to say, like, oh, I'm going. I can't take this anymore. I'm going. It's just such a sign of weakness. As a team, the chance of me to make money over the next 2 weeks has gone up 3 times. So I'm okay. Nobody has to worry about me.
Those who walked have lost their trading rights.
Over the next couple of hours until further notice, could you only allow Caroline, Ohi and Mike to trade?
Caroline, Ohi and Mike.
Yeah, if anyone else rings up, they're not allowed to trade, okay?
No problem.
All right.
All right, mate.
Thanks, mate.
Cheers,
Cheers, bye.
Cheers.
It's all down to the final 3. They are the traders now trusted with Lex's entire $1 million fund.
We now have 0 distraction in the office. The rest of the guys were losing money, okay? And you guys are left, which is fantastic. So we need a strategy. You're going to be on 200. You guys are on 145 each. We're going to go through every single position and work out whether we should keep it or not. Okay, Amit, TPT. We need to come to a conclusion quick.
I wouldn't want to trade it.
British American Tobacco.
I don't want this.
ITE. I think it's a muppet position.
Yeah.
Get out of that.
Screw it. Out it goes. Do you want to own more Tesco?
Yeah, I probably do.
Well, this is working out for you great then. Who's got a view on the HMV game group?
Yeah.
Yeah? Cleo, Tate, forget about it, yeah?
Yeah, it's closed.
Is that a good trade?
Well, I don't want it.
Useless, get rid of that, useless, get rid of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, is this a toxic stock? That just doesn't add up. Maybe that's why he's only made £2.53 in 10 days.
After picking over the bones of the absent traders' portfolios, all it takes is one phone call.
Rupert, hi, it's Mike. Is Luke there?
And over £160,000 of investments are closed.
Okay, let's go.
Oh, mate, best execution, obviously, yeah?
Yeah.
Dig out blind for me, Rupert. Come on. TPTLN.
Yeah.
52500. BATSLN.
American Tobacco.
Correct. Sell 274.
1850.
ITELN.
169.75.
ULELN.
1349.
Buy 200. NG /
300 sold at 708.
National Express.
500 away, 1003.
Sell 790. Buy 900. Cheers, mate. Bye. Done. I really enjoyed myself today, actually. Maybe that's wrong with the other four gone, and I should be, bemoaning their passing. But it's you know, I can't. I've got to get on with this last 2 weeks. If I want a job as a trader, I can't wring my hands over things like that. Sorry, Sam. It's a bad world.
With 10 days left to trade, the hedge fund now comprises a student, a single mum, and a soldier. As the best performers, they've got to try and claw back some profit from the losses some of the others have left behind, and see who overall will emerge as the best trader.
Here we go. Sell 828, 974, spot 5.
I'm looking to buy 500 at 875.
I'm looking at EasyJet.
First group, please.
Could you confirm the ticker first?
Sell 663 at 1507.
I want to sell something.
2,140 shares.
550 shares at market, please.
Let's try and do them in between the spread, say 414.
Let's do that, 735.
That's done, you're out of it. The headache is gone. 1106.
Thank you very much.
It's now the last day, and the traders have until 12 p.m. to close all their positions.
Let's go make some money.
Cobham, Charlie, Oscar, Bravo.
Done. You sell 1,050 at 1166.
Hello there, I'm looking at Adidas, that's ADSGY. I think that you can't just look at a stock as something that goes up and down. Like, there's an underlying story behind it. Learn how much everybody loves it or hates it, how much people see their futures in it. You can see all of the greed in this stock, and that's quite amazing to see.
Hi, it's Caroline at Traders. Whitbread. I think you have to be emotionally very well balanced. If you can't live with having that pressure on you, then trading is not for you.
I just hit the bid for 110.
Done, mate. 139 sold.
This is a viciously difficult game. It's absolutely horrible when the market isn't going your way. Bastard. It's just some of the most monstrously uncomfortable I've ever been in my entire life. 27 spot 453. I sell 687. Thank you and good night. Cheers, Carl. Bye. Done. Yeah, I will miss it. Yeah, I really will. Really enjoy it. And it's just like soldiering, you know, when it's really hard graft and you're really cold, wet and muddy. It's great afterwards because you sort of know that you survived it.
How much time have we got left?
Not long. Not long.
Alright, you are done.
Okay then, thank you very much.
It's not going to make it.
Right, it's done. 3,000 sold at 351.
Okay, that completes my book.
Are you done?
Yes, I am.
No way.
All right.
Alright, Caroline.
Thanks a lot.
Speak later on.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
I'm not going to watch it anymore because the bugger's going to go into the black, isn't it? I'm not having that.
Oh, it's at 353 now.
Shut up. I don't want to know.
We're done.
Done.
Superb. So we're going to crunch the numbers. Let's see how you got on.
Lex Van Dam is about to deliver his last assessment to the traders. Before he does, he needs their final figures. The past 2 months have seen incredible market volatility. Even professional hedge funds have struggled, losing on average almost 5%. Over the same period, collectively this fund lost £12,000, or 2.4%. So they've performed better than the professionals. The most successful individual trader is Ohi, who's made a trading profit of 1%.
Of most of the others, you know, you kind of know what you get. But with you, you're just not so predictable. So, you know, you have like really original ideas, and you have definitely like moments of brilliance.
My thoughts fight each other. That's the only way I could
So
put it.
it's almost like you have conflict in yourself that comes through in your trading.
Yeah.
Profit-wise, you were my best trader. But if I had to pick one trader, it wouldn't be you.
Yeah.
Because like I feel that conflict, and I'm worried like, you know, maybe it goes the wrong way. But I think that's the one thing that you're gonna have to work on. So you have a lot of potential in you. I do think you're a natural born winner.
The fact is, through all of the joy and the pain, I did have a lot of fun. It's like playing chess against, you know, the rest of the world.
You have like a really, really high understanding of the game. Like a lot of people who've traded for a long time still don't get that. You got it in 2 months. You understood it and you made money out of it. So you are very talented.
Thanks.
Well done. Well done. Great.
Thanks.
Mike also beat the professionals, losing just 1% overall.
You focused, you controlled your risk, you didn't get emotional, you didn't behave childish. You know, so you were very dependable. So I really think that, you know, if you want to be in this industry, I would really recommend you. You know?
I mean, that's a brilliant compliment. Thanks very much, Lex.
We've outperformed the hedge fund index. That's the good news. The bad news is I lost money. So obviously I would have liked to pay you bonus. Unfortunately, nobody gives me the cash to pay the bonus.
The upside was always going to be about the experience, really. It wasn't going to be
Yeah.
about, you know, the millions that I could have earned.
It was a really, really difficult period. So you should not underestimate your own achievement.
That's fantastic. Yeah, it's
So congratulations.
Thanks, Lex. Yeah.
Well done. Well done.
Thanks, mate.
For Caroline, a 0.5% profit.
So if you had to do this sort of like every day at this degree of intensity, where you have to be in the office at 6:30 and you watch the market till 9 at night,
Yep.
do you think that's like sustainable?
It's a question of I've got 2 young children, I'm a single mother, and they come first.
Yeah. So if I had to pick one person to come with me, it would be you.
Oh, well, thank you for that.
You know, I would consider you the best trader. I think if there was one moment, for me personally, over the last 10 weeks that made it worth it, was when 4 people stood up and you were sitting there and you were totally calm and collected. So, you know, hell broke out and you're sitting there and just like focused on your screen. That for me actually was probably the moment of the last 10 weeks that was like totally amazing.
To have 3 guys in the end who we believe genuinely have the potential to do it is fantastic.
We really actually can be proud. In July, I made 0.3%. In August, I lost 1%. So I lost 0.7% over those 2 months. So you guys outperformed me, and you've not done it before. So obviously I have to sort of like start rethinking my whole existence. So no, so you guys did seriously well.
Since leaving the trading floor, Sam, Cleo and Emil have returned to their day jobs. Amit continues to trade at home in his corner shop, using his own money. Simon is making new plans for his retirement. Ohi has returned to his economics degree. Caroline is planning a new business venture. And Mike is now running a vet practice, but still hopes to become a professional trader one day.
From million-dollar traders to billion-dollar bailouts in half an hour, why does the car industry deserve special help? Are we entering a period of deglobalization? And Ian McEwan joins us to pay tribute to John Updike.
Newsnight, right after the culture show from Scotland, next on BBC Two.
Stuff like that. So yeah, it's different. I just want to find out more and see if I can cope with it and see if I can understand the subject a bit more.
The group have just 2 weeks to get up to speed and will be trained by leading city experts.
There's no right way to trade. There is no rule book. What there is different people finding what suits them and makes money.
They'll cover everything, from generating ideas...
We're interested in trading on the stock Benfield, BFD. Could you give me
to phoning up and placing a trade with a broker.
245 and 3/4, 46 and 3/4. Quite a thin size at the moment, Simon.
From Croydon, Oxford-educated IT engineer Simon Brew is keen to learn as much as possible. His grand plan is eventually to trade from home using his savings and provide a more comfortable retirement for himself and his wife.
Well, I'm just hoping you'll make our fortune.
Well, it won't be our fortune anyway. The deal is
No,
basically...
after you finish.
Oh, after, right. Yeah, actually, I'm seeing this very much as an alternative
I'm not
career
holding my breath.
once this is passed by.
Yes, well, just don't do a Nick Leeson.
The team are also taught how to decipher highly complex technical analysis,
Basically what it is, it's a mathematical representation of momentum in the market.
as well as essential insights into trading psychology.
In all aspects of human activity, there's a tendency towards overconfidence. Once you've understood the rules of the game, the challenge is controlling your temperament.
26-year-old Cleo Folks is an ex-vet who lives near Stourbridge in the Midlands. At the moment, she's working for her dad in the family firm, a 300-year-old engineering and property business.
My family has got money, but that is no reflection on me because it's theirs, it's not mine, and that's my opinion to life. I've lived on my £20 a week budget. I know how to budget. Money is a drive for me. I'd be lying if I said it wasn't.
Soon, they'll be trading with genuine money, and the profits and losses will be real, exposing the novice traders to a whole new level of pressure. prospect doesn't scare Emil Coleman, a 30-year-old fight promoter from Toxteth in Liverpool.
Because for me, it's about validation. People assume when they look at me, this is me. I'm many different things, and I want to be able to prove that maybe I can be a trader as well.
The British Chambers of Commerce says the economy faces a serious risk of recession.
Fresh concerns about the health of banks around the world have again undermined share prices. At one point, shares...
Today in the stock market, with the FTSE down over 80 points a short...
Day 1, Monday morning, 5 a.m. With training over and the credit crisis looming, their lives as traders begin. Entrepreneur and single mum Caroline Taysom is leaving her 4-year-old twin girls in the care of her mother to travel from Winchester to the city.
I think the skills that I've gained, self-control, stamina, determination, real desire for business success, are going to work incredibly well within the trading arena.
20-year-old Oki Imukwede from Tottenham is partway through an economics and maths degree.
The nature of trading is that money can come and go in such a flowing way that it's almost like a living, breathing thing. It's important that you keep all of the reins in so that you can control it.
Highly ambitious, these next 2 months will reveal whether he has what it takes to become a city trader. Finally, environmentalist Dr. Sam Doobie, the unlikeliest of all the traders, is taking part to find out whether it's possible to trade ethically and still make money.
A good trader has to have such a good idea of what's happening in the world, has to be so aware of the wars that are going on in Africa, the droughts that are happening in India, the floods in America, yet the only focus is on the financial aspect of it. And that's a real problem.
The 8 rookie traders have been given their very own trading floor in the heart of London's Square Mile. Complete with computer terminals plugged directly into the world's stock markets, they have everything they need to start trading. And the world's most scrutinized but least understood institution will be revealed as never before. Their first 2 weeks of trading will be critical.
$1 million for me is very significant, and I can't afford to lose it. If I lose it, it's a disaster. If I lose half of it, it's half a disaster, which is still a disaster. If I lost 5%, it's humiliation. If I lose anything, it's terrible.
How's everyone feeling? First morning? Early start?
Yeah, rosy.
Although Lex Van Dam is supplying the money, he's appointed a supervisor to be his eyes and ears. An 8-year veteran of the city, Anton Creel retired from trading 2 years ago at the age of 27, a millionaire.
I know the feeling around the table is quite laid back and quite laissez-faire this morning because it's the first day. But you've got, the news and stuff in the morning, you've got to be really military and really, get into what is going on in the world, and then you can try and make sense of it, right? Okay. But,
This is Lex Van Dam, a man who's about to make the biggest gamble of his life. He's bet $1 million of his own money that he can turn 8 ordinary men and women into successful city traders.
What I want to do is I want to take people who have no previous trading experience and teach them how to trade. I want to give them all the tools that I think are necessary to do this. Then I will give them some of my money, and I want to make sure that they make some more money.
A top fund manager. He's going to set up the world's first hedge fund, staffed only by complete beginners. With some training, guidance, and the promise of each being rewarded with a city-sized bonus at the end, they're all hoping for success.
If they make money, it'd be great, no stress. And if they lose money, then there will be stress.
From all walks of life, these novice traders have 2 months to show they can make it in the city.
I've locked in £100. Whee! Yes.
But what none of them realise is just how hard it's going to be.
I've seen really mentally strong people become psychologically destroyed by the world of trading.
What a nightmare.
Because in this game, every decision counts.
Ah, it's just open, 7.26.
What if it's at £7 in an hour? You're going to sell them there?
Yes.
Right, well, if you're going to sell them at £7 in an hour, sell them at 7.26 now. Think about what you're saying. It's unbelievable.
I don't really know what I'm doing.
As if it wasn't hard enough, they will have to play this game as the global markets plunge into the abyss.
900 quid, like that.
As the pressure mounts, will everyone make it to the end?
It doesn't matter anymore, you've had your chance. You cannot let emotions get in the way. If you get upset, then this is your last week.
Okay.
I'm taking a huge risk here, and if they don't care enough, then I'll make sure they care.
Can the beginners become profit-making machines? Or will the cost of success be too high for their liking and send this million-dollar gamble into freefall?
There's a fine line when it comes to being human beings, yeah? And now you see other people in the room responding to that, city or no city.
With $1 million of his own money at stake, Lex Van Dam alone will choose the novice traders.
It has to be like a diverse group of people. But we do need people who are able to work very hard and who are able to cope with a certain level of stress.
After 16 years as a successful trader, he knows exactly what he's looking for. To qualify for a place, the applicants only need two qualities: the ability to handle stress and be good at maths.
What is 32 times 32?
32 times 32.
904?
1,240.
What's the most pressure you've ever been under?
I thrive under pressure, actually.
What is 32 times 32?
My brain is just not functioning. Sorry. 9,942.
Would you screw someone over to get ahead?
No, never.
I wouldn't like to, but if I had to, I would do.
Whilst thousands applied, there are only 8 places.
What is 32 times 32?
The first to impress Lex and secure a spot
1,024.
is 36-year-old retired soldier Mike Tavel.
I'm a good bet. I've got a lot of good skills, and I'm raw talent.
After 13 years in the parachute regiment, Mike reached the rank of major before retiring to live in Jersey.
I'd been thinking about leaving the army every day since about 1996. I'd done a long stint in Afghanistan, and I just thought, can I do this again? I've maybe had my time of selfless commitment. Now I just want to earn some filthy lucre.
Joining Mike are the remaining 7 successful applicants who will all undergo a rigorous training program.
We've got 8 weeks here, so we need to make money over those 8 weeks. So we need to think about what is going to drive stocks over that period. If you can predict tomorrow's newspaper, you'll be very rich. Nobody asks you to be awake every night. But if you sleep really well every night, there's probably something wrong. That's the most you'll hear me speak, ever.
Okay. From Lincolnshire, 34-year-old shopkeeper Amit Jopanputra sees this as an opportunity to get himself a better life.
I mean, just walking out into the street, it's different completely, obviously, instead of selling Mars bars and tea bags, I'm probably going to try and sell shares in Vodafone.
The hours between 6 and 7:30 are absolutely crucial to your day. Right, market's opening in 1 minute. Let's go make some money.
These 8 novices will operate together as a hedge fund. If they're smart enough, they should be able to make money whether share prices go up or down. But before anyone can get a bonus, the fund will have to be in profit at the end. So individually, they must invest wisely, because all decisions made will affect everyone. Especially Lex Van Dam.
Hello.
I have Lex on the phone for you.
Okay.
Busy running his own hedge fund, Lex will phone Anton regularly to be kept up to date.
You just make sure that the people trade,
Right.
that they trade their own opinions,
Right.
that you don't tell them what to do. I mean, it's hard to know if these people actually really understand that this is not a game, but this is real money, this is my money. I've worked hard to earn it, and I don't want a bunch of people who don't care to piss it away.
Of course.
You know, if I'm going to suffer, they will suffer with me. So your role is, you know, you need to make sure that people appreciate the risk.
Right.
Okay, well, good luck.
All right, man. Cheers. All right. Speak soon, yeah? Bye.
Take care, bye.
There may be a public perception of what a trader actually is, which is loads of money, Ferraris, wild parties, lots of women, drugs, going out all the time, blah, blah, blah. Well, I dare anyone to try this for a month. See how much it affects your life. You seriously do earn your money. The big firms get their pound of flesh, you know? And, you know, these guys, they've got a lot to learn in a very short space of time. It'll be interesting over the next couple of days who actually has the confidence in themselves to take their trade idea and put the trades on. It is a baptism of fire.
For the first 2 weeks, the rookie traders have been given £25,000 each to play with. The markets open, and through brokers, they finally get their chance to trade the world's stock markets.
I'm being really indecisive.
I know, that's what
we can't sit on the fence, can we, forever?
I say it's performance anxiety, which I need to get over. You know, my brain's not flowing like it should because I'm thinking about it too much.
I think the biggest battle is with your own mind, because you're confronted by so much information and just generating that, you know, in your head and working it through, because you can kind of justify anything to yourself when you speak to someone else, see what you're thinking, but ultimately it's going to be you who, you know, will go and put that trade on and will kind of be measured on its success or its non-success.
406p, 46p.
63-year-old Simon is the oldest of the novice traders and has spent the last 30 years working as an IT engineer for IBM.
I love knowing how things work and why they work, and you know, I've got enough sort of statistical knowledge to be able to cope, I hope, and therefore I'd like to give it a go. Okay, right, I'd like to buy, please, 400 British Gas.
He's the first to call the brokers and make a trade.
Current price is 12.04 offered.
Okay, 12.04. Fine.
Buy 400,
Bye.
12.04. That is all done for you, Sasha.
Thank you very much. Goodbye.
Yay! Well done, Simon.
Spend some money. Right. I took the plunge, decided to place the trade for British Gas. I'm hoping it's going to rise gently over the next few weeks. Its lowest today was 12.03, 12.04. Whoops, it's just gone down to 12.03. One is in danger of getting neurotic about this, but you just have to move on and concentrate on the rest. I'll probably remember this the trading decision for the rest of my life. You know, it's the first one I've made, it's big excitement, and let's hope it's been successful.
To control risk, the traders can only invest £5,000 in any one stock.
Done.
Believing British Gas is a safe bet, Simon's invested the maximum allowed.
So BG Group, he's gone right up to his maximum position size immediately.
Right.
That's it. All right. If you do that in a portfolio as a professional, to me, you have absolute maximum conviction that this stock is going up. Right? And it's almost like you can't be wrong. If the stock does nothing for 3 days or goes down for 3 days consistently, you know, it's going to drive him absolutely mental.
Oh, look at this. It's down at 11.86. That's awful. I keep saying I mustn't let it upset me, but of course I keep thinking I wonder what it's doing, and that is in fact distracting me from the main job I'm supposed to be doing, the main job I want to do now, which is look for other trades that will actually perhaps compensate in performance. Right, I'm going to close this chart and concentrate on my next job. You get neurotic staring at it, and that's definitely a mistake. Oh, this is awful, 1185. Oh my God.
I'm looking at Halford's, the code HFD, and then...
Day on British Gas.
You've been closed out.
Oh, bother.
You have no position yet in British Gas.
Right, so what was the closing price, please?
Simon's shares have fallen so sharply, they've been sold on automatically.
Yeah, I can confirm you were closed out at 11.58.
11.58. Right, okay.
Known as a stop loss, this is an order with the broker to close a trade if it loses too much money.
Gloom and despondency.
Overnight, Simon's trade has cost the team £250.
Just forget about it.
No, I'm not stressed. I just want to explain why I did what I did, to see whether I could and should have done anything differently.
We'll have a proper chat about it later.
Later.
But,
yeah, mid-morning.
For now,
absolutely.
Don't worry about what's happened this morning.
No, I haven't. No, honest, trust me.
As it stands now, you've got no positions.
That's right.
You need
so
to generate some ideas.
The slate is clean, so start again. Yes, absolutely. No, I'm taking it very much in that vein.
Cool. All right, mate. A little bit concerned about his behaviour, very lackadaisical, and
right.
You know, I had to shout over to him. To be honest with you, I'm just a little bit pissed off. And I just don't, you cannot behave like that on a trading desk. It just shows a really bad attitude towards investing somebody else's money in the market. If you behave like that in the real world of trading, like, your career is going to be very short-lived.
There are, however, some within the group who are showing real promise. Both fight promoter Emil and Sam the environmentalist have made money.
You know what, I feel a bit ill when I place one of these things. I really don't like it. Yeah,
it's unbelievable. It's
I really don't like it. I don't find it a pleasant rush though. I find it a really uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, do you?
Yeah.
No, I kind of like that adrenaline thing.
It makes me feel exactly like I felt when I was a kid lying. I think it's just because I'm making a decision based on a best guess. And I'm not used to guessing, I'm used to being sure about it.
Don't you think this shows the fallacy of it, the fact of that, like, in reality, no matter how many charts we look at, no matter how everything else, we go on how we feel.
That's exactly.
It's like
any gambling. It's why I'm not a gambling person.
Yeah, I don't gamble.
There's only one person left in the group who is yet to make a trade. Having just left the army, Mike now wants to be a professional trader.
Half the game here is timing. You can have the world's best trade if you like, but if your timing is wrong, you don't make a profit, or worse, you make a loss. Beginning to think that I should maybe just grow a pair and get on in there, and then just work it as it goes. But it's just it's just like parachuting. It's taking that first step that's difficult, and then actually after that you're fine. Well, until you've got to pull the red handle, maybe. I don't want to have to be pulling any red handles around here, that's the thing.
You've got to take risk to make money. Of course you can lose, but if you're not invested, you cannot make money. It might as well just be in the bank earning 5%. It's concerning, because you cannot succeed in this business behaving like that. You'll never make money.
What can you do?
The last thing the economy needs right now is for the standard mortgage spigot to be turned off.
In terms of these two companies, they own or guarantee about half the $1 trillion of U.S. mortgages. Take a look at Freddie Mac. It is off by more than 1/3, losing 1/3 of its value this morning.
The government is going to be absolutely bound and determined to do whatever it takes to keep the money flowing to home mortgages.
Only a week into trading, and the novice traders are dealt a heavy blow. US mortgage giants Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac hit the rocks, and the world's markets reel in shock. The trading screens turn red, showing a massive fall in shares across the globe as £35 billion of investment vanishes in a matter of minutes.
Like, look at the dollar versus the euro and the pound now, right? The dollar is likely, if this continues, to get smoked. In the end, the taxpayer has to plug that gap, right?
Yeah.
The US government has come out and said that if Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac go to zero, then they'll guarantee the debt. The market's taking it negatively because the government's basically admitted that there's a possibility that they could go to zero, right? And if they bail them out, we're talking hundreds of billions of dollars, right? And who ends up paying for it? The US consumer. I mean, to anyone who's been in the industry a long time, this is like proper scary stuff, you know? And the entire basis of the US economy changes if this happens. I mean, the US is over for a generation if this happens, potentially. This is why the markets are so volatile. This is why the world is in a complete mess at the moment and no one knows what to do, because there is no light at the end of the tunnel.
319.75, yeah? 375, okay. And that's 1,000 shares that you've bought.
That's it, mate, yeah.
Great, thanks a lot, Lee.
The global credit crisis has spread to British shores, and Sam, the ethical trader in the group,
Good lord, that was a rapid rise.
spots a chance to make money.
Mortgage Lender Alliance in Leicester have...
Can I get 100 shares of that then, please?
100.
100.
By the end of their second day, several novice traders have taken their first dip into the markets.
I'm looking at Admiral.
Can I get a price on Domino's, please? DOM. Can I short that if it goes to 189, please? 500.
Ultimately, they have two methods of trading available to them. Buying long, simply making money if the share price increases, or selling short, a complex deal that involves borrowing, selling, and then buying back shares. This allows the trader to make a profit when the value of a stock goes down.
Rupert, it's Caroline calling from Traders.
Hello, Caroline.
Hello, I'm good. I want to place my first trade, please.
That's absolutely fine. Which stock are you looking at,
Okay,
please?
well, I'd like to buy Tate & Lyle, Tate LM.
42-year-old single mum and entrepreneur Caroline has always wanted to work in the city.
That's all done.
Fantastic, thank you. Okay, bye-bye. I've done it.
Although she's determined to succeed, she finds the idea of selling short or profiting from the losses of others hard to stomach.
It seems awful that you can sit here as a trader and wish that the value of the company would go down so that you can make money on it. It's really morally quite bizarre thing to do. Yeah, and somebody who spent a lot of years building up a company to sort of lose the control that you have over that just because maybe another company in your sector is is performing particularly bad and you get pulled down with them. It just seems horrendous.
Bollocks. That's a real bugger.
Former vet Cleo is less concerned about the ethical issues of trading. Shown during training to be a highly intelligent, structured thinker, it's believed she has the greatest potential in the group.
I think it's an environment that I'd be really good in. It's fast-paced, which I thrive in. It's pressure-driven, again, which I thrive in. And I love the way that these huge macroeconomic issues impact on all the stocks and this type of thing and how everything is interrelated. I just find it really, really interesting.
It's a global event that gives Cleo her first trade.
Let's go straight to our top story this morning. Investors reacting to mounting instability within the Middle East.
It obviously has everybody here concerned, both on a personal level as well as a collective business confidence level, as the sabre rattling goes forward.
A missile test in Iran causes Middle East instability, and as a result, oil prices begin to rise sharply. It spells bad news for heavy fuel consumers.
They're just gonna go.
Jumping into the market, Cleo's quick to short sell British Airways, betting their share price will fall as their profits get hit by rising oil prices. It's a good deal, but her caution is getting the better of her. She's only traded 200 shares, by far the smallest investment of the group.
You know, it's more I wanted to just get through it. I know that sounds awful. And I know that's completely the wrong rationale, but I prefer to place one small little trade because it's the first time that I've ever dilly-dallied with anything like this. Oh look, see, it's down. 200. I'm so sorry. I'm going to keep myself under wraps now. It's just the first one. I get really overexcited.
Right,
sorry, guys. Really sorry. I'm going to control myself now. Oh my god. It's just gone again.
How much have you made?
1p. Oh man.
I was where.
I'm really sorry. The time's wrong. I got a little bit overexcited.
Right, what have you done?
Okay.
2.5, yeah?
Yeah. Quantity 200. I don't know, baby.
That's it. Cool.
Well known for their high quality products.
So exciting. Right. Enough of that. Put your emotions on one side and head on for new trade.
The life of a trader is all-consuming. Long days begin with very early mornings. The team is expected to be in the office by 6 a.m., working out their strategies well before the markets open at 8. Their screens come alive, falling shares turning red, rising shares blue.
Great, confirm 500 short. Sports Direct. Everything coming out about it's bad.
After 3 days of trading, the team has so far only invested 10% of the £200,000 currently at their disposal. But it's not the amount that's worrying, it's the commitment of some of the traders.
If you leap with joy or...
Simon?
Yeah?
What price of BG Group in the auction?
1168. My stop is 1160.
They're 11.59 now.
What price are they in the auction?
You're out, mate.
I think you better check.
Away from his desk when the market opened, Simon is unaware that his shares in British Gas are plummeting and losing the team money.
You may recall I placed a trade yesterday.